Alright, welcome back to Fired Emblem Tabletop. So, okay, pulled my microphone out of its stand.
Well,
guys.
This time I'm going to beat you to death with my microphone arm.
Promise?
Oh no.
Yay.
Yeah, smack. Alright, so, last time you guys, were freshly out of combat with Big Mikey and his gang. And you spent some time regathering yourselves, now that everyone's been untrebucheted and uncatapulted. And Valente fainted, from running out of adrenaline, and was promptly brought back to the room to sleep it off. Edwin, attempted to resurrect that guy he blew up real good, but unfortunately there just wasn't enough. There wasn't enough left. It wouldn't have worked.
I think the skin was what was particularly lacking.
Well, it might have worked. There was like a small percentage it would have worked, but you didn't want to risk it, which is understandable. So instead, they went to investigate Big Mikey's office, where they found his like ledgers, I guess, which confirmed, yeah, he was selling trebuchet people to the government, which is probably going great for them right about now. That's probably really awesome for them. Just a bunch of skinless bodies everywhere.
The Finbar army experiencing a sudden windfall, perhaps.
Yeah. It was only what, like I said, 40 or so trebuchets. Yeah. That's when you think of a grand scheme of an empire's army, it's probably not gonna damage them too badly. But even so, how gruesome.
Guy who got fucked severely and no one else noticed.
Yeah.
But you also found his little treasure stash containing what appeared to be the severed hand of his father, which he was keeping for normal man reasons. After spending the night and subsequently having another one of Octavia's bread-based hallucinations, which you got a bunch of magical items, you guys left the town of Trenchmouth after burning Big Mikey's establishment to the ground. Hopefully, no one will take his place. And you made your way to Lechner's Crossing. I keep saying it every time I say it differently. Yeah. It's fine. You guys know where you are. So, Lechner's Crossing, tiny little town. You went to the little tavern, had dinner and stuff. You quote unquote met up with a guy there who slipped a updated list of murder targets into, I believe, was it Valente's pocket? Yeah, Valente's pocket. Which gives you the details on who's a priority and who's not. So basically, they really want the Empress dead, and they don't really care about the Crown Prince. He's kind of a nothing burger, and then everything in between. The guy in the letter said, "What's up?"
I care about him.
Yeah, you care about him.
Yeah, he is made for Trikey.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's sad
also,
and wet.
I care about Dion.
Yeah.
That's
him
so.
And his guard question mark.
Yeah. You want to hear a funny piece of meta lore, I guess. I made that guy, Trikey. I made that guy before we were like friends. Like we hadn't been in this campaign yet. You hadn't even signed up. There was no sign up form. And I made this guy. I was like, oh, I hope somebody likes him. This was meant to be.
That's what you hired me for.
Yeah. I need a guy like her. Stat. But yeah. Anyways, the bottom of the letter said he wants you guys to meet him at the Walkenhorst Arena. Because apparently Cersei is in the area. Okay. Other than that, you guys were. Oh yeah. You kind of backed Godfrey into a corner and made him admit that he got married a while ago. He didn't tell anyone.
Remind me who was there for that? Like, who knows that he's
I think
Octavia and
Archibald. So
yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Valente does not yet know. Neither does Gare and Amalthea. But
I think. Do you think that that will say, if Val passes out again, that just whispering that in his ear will
The
single-handedly
drama.
wake him up. Like,
Wake
yeah,
up, Val. There's updates. There's the social circle.
Gottfried got buried. What?
But yeah,
Octavia's already thinking about baking him and Merovia a cake when this is over.
there already was a cake. It was the one in the
already
shape
was.
of Millicent.
Yeah, it was for
Aw.
That doubles for like I was like all the holidays. You just gotta knock them all out at once. It's already
Mhm.
so hard to get
No.
him to accept that one thing. But hold on, I gotta blow my nose.
He's got to. This might not be true. He has a December birthday. That's just like real life.
What's
yeah.
up?
How like when you have like a late December birthday, people will just be like, "Merry Christmas birthday!"
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna turn Dwyer up a little bit. It loudens you.
Do I need to not be leaning back?
No, it's okay. You can lean back. I just gotta make you louder.
I just wasn't sure if it was like a dress. Because then when I lean forward, I don't want you to be like, Dwyer, you're in my.
I mean, if you lean forward and you beast blast us, then that's just how it is. I beast blast you all the time with my voice. But okay, so we were starting off, and everyone was going to bed, and we were gonna kick it off with some dreams. But
That's
first, I must ask: does anybody have any questions?
When does
Comments,
the Reginald roll take
concerns?
place?
Well, you're gonna have to be awake for that, so hold your fucking horses.
I wouldn't be doing it anyway. I'm just asking the
You
question.
can do
I
it.
don't know.
Anyone can feed Reginald. Anyone can get that buff or
Anyone
debuff.
can do it.
It's just that Octavia
Yeah, it's just
is usually closest to the Reginald containment zone.
Yeah. Yeah, and she is the responsible pet owner.
I think
It's
you
like,
should.
hey,
I think
will
whoever.
take the
I
bullet.
think if someone gets a dream today, you should give it to Reginald. Let Reginald figure it out. What it means to be a man.
That's really funny.
Imagine he's in the dream and then he just looks at the camera and opens his third eye and gazes upon you.
No, what would happen is I would ruin your poignant character backstory moment by having him immediately begin eating things off the ground. So choose wisely, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just check. I don't think I updated anything that I can talk about. Did I update anything? Man, I haven't done any updates in 2 months officially.
Yeah, I mean you did all that comment.
I've been edge casing and balancing. The next thing on my list is I want to go through all the light and dark magic, and things need to be rearranged according to what I talked about last week. So maybe expect some things. None of you have a light or dark affinity, I don't think. Like
No.
either one, so it shouldn't affect you. So I don't feel bad, like hashtag breaking somebody's build. If I break any of my enemy builds, then I'll just have to deal with it. But that's okay.
Yeah, I think Cheppy has a dark tome and Edwin has a light tome, and I think that's the only things that would be relevant.
Yeah.
And Octavia also has a dark.
Oh, you're right.
Gottfried has a light tome, but he doesn't have any magic affinity anyway, so it's whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why I haven't updated. I've been sick for 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been sick.
I've been
You
sick
haven't been
since
feeling
March
good.
20th.
Is your ear feeling better today?
It is, yeah. I think it was literally like just congestion yesterday.
The doctor who told you to chill out.
No, literally. Like, I'm not gonna get into it, but I was like, is that mean? And she was like, no, wait, hold on. No, she's right. Like, I need to check yourself. Check yourself.
I mean, like, you get to a certain point of being sick and you're like, if I am sick, I'm gonna lose my mind.
No, literally. Like, I was like about to scream, but it's okay. And then I got a bunch of worms in Fear and Hunger, and I was okay. Like, that was the solution.
You're playing Funger finally?
Yeah, I was funging last night.
Yeah.
I was funging it up. I'm gonna fung tomorrow.
You're worms.
Yeah, they put worms in me. Apparently, sorry, sidetrack again. Apparently, I was very loud last night, and my mom could hear me from the other room. And during dinner today, she was like, "What are you talking about? Screaming about worms and trying to feed people your leg."
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
Miss,
it's
I
gaming.
don't know if Sam wants her last name on the internet. You have no idea.
This is Sam's mom.
No, it's like, that's just fun. I was gaming. I was gaming with the boys. But anyways, all right. No questions. No updates. No nothing. Nobody know how. Okay, can everybody make me a luck check?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Love making shit.
Also, who has the item that lets you pull people into
Edwin has
dreams? Okay. Sounds
Edwin
good.
has it.
Good to know.
Yeah, because I don't have any particular dreams to give.
So Edwin's just gonna start kidnapping people and interrogating them in the mind zone. Alright.
Okay. I
Who
can
got
remember.
the lowest number? Tell me numbers.
9.
No lower
14.
than that.
14.
23.
Balente.
10.
Hey, Edwin!
Okay, so there's
You
two
know what? I was
people
excited
here.
to see when it would get
Okay.
used. Edwin, as a reminder how it works, all you need to
Yeah.
know is the person's name, and you can reach out through the ether, grab them by the consciousness, and pull them into your shared dream space. You get to pick the location, but it must be somewhere that you've physically been. So
Okay.
basically, it's like a little map builder, but for your dreams. You get to pick what memory you're hanging out in. So,
Okay.
give me a person or animal.
Cut. Just,
Yeah.
Hi, sorry.
Hi,
Sorry
Cheppy.
to interrupt. Question, not the backseat game.
Oh God.
Can you give these to people that are inside you?
I'm gonna say. I mean, Edwin can already kind of call up his gang. I'm gonna say you can't
Could
give
I
it.
talk to Marco,
No,
though?
you can't. You can't pull
Okay.
people from other. There's a lot of layers.
Okay.
I mean,
It would just pull Godfrey in, and then he'd be mad at me.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
dude.
The
we're
equivalent of
talking
calling
about
someone at
life
3
in the
a.m.
morning. No.
So, my question is, do you think as characters we've talked about this, like, in character?
Probably. Do you think that
Yeah.
Edwin would talk about this kind of thing? Do you want to
Well,
do
yeah,
like
'cause
a
we got the
before
item.
bed scene? Do you want to
Yeah,
do
like,
like
we got the item, and we were probably like, okay, so should we use this to contact anyone in particular if we get the opportunity?
Yeah, you guys can discuss that as a group. I feel like that's something you guys would talk about as a group.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Octavia considers it as like, should we check in on Alice? We haven't been able to.
Yeah, that was my thought too.
Valente agrees that was probably her first thought. And then she like pauses and she's like, there are some other people too, I guess.
Yeah? Who?
In particular, she is I don't know what Sam's situation is, but
Hi.
she was thinking Lethair possibly
Oh.
because I don't think we've gotten a letter to and from her in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then also Nero, see how the promotion is
Yeah,
going.
I am so curious about Nero because I told her
Yeah.
I don't respond to any messages because we're heading to enemy territory. But I'm like, I'm so curious. I want to see where she's going, girl. My girl.
Yeah, sorry, Edwin's not talking to Nero. Someone else can borrow the Edwin for that one.
Edwin can't stand
someone
her.
else can-
No,
Yeah.
no, it's Edwin
Valente didn't
and-
say he should do it.
Yeah.
No, that's
Like in general.
Octavia or Valente
Mhm.
job.
That was partially why he was like, we could talk to other people too. He got like kind of embarrassed
Mm-hmm.
that the emotional attachment he has to Nero he's embarrassed about. And also he would like to
Aw.
talk to Ardal, but
Yeah,
he
oh,
understands that's not
Ardal.
a priority.
Okay. Maybe we take turns on this thing. If this is Edwin's turn and someone else can have it next.
And keep in
Exactly,
mind,
yeah.
you can also call people in who you've never actually met before, as long as you
Yeah.
know their
Wait,
name.
literally?
Yeah, as long as you know their name.
Yeah.
Grab them. Come here.
I guess we could, guys.
Sending
we
them
could
a
be friends
fucked
with
up
the
omen
prince.
in their dreams.
We-
Oh my
we
god,
have
this
friends
is our
with the prince.
this is our master plan.
Just psychologically terrorizing the enemy.
Yeah.
terror.
We show up and they all have
No,
we show
I
up
think
and they all have
it's less.
dark circles under their eyes from not being able to sleep, and we're like, ah, the plan worked.
No, we're
it's
going
less
blink, blink, blink,
terrorism.
blinkety, blink, blink, blink at the prince until he decides to go with
that
us.
we're friends.
I feel like the vibe is less more psychic terrorism and more
Mhm.
and Steven or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
And we can
We're
be
trying
friends.
friendship.
Okay.
Edwin.
I think it's gonna be Alice then.
Yeah.
What's the setting, Edwin? What are you conjuring?
Maybe just like
Black void
Well,
is also an option.
yeah.
Or white void. You could pick the color.
Yeah.
Choosing chartreuse.
I'm sending you to
Alice
the
is blind.
puce
She
void.
can't- Yeah. I think Edwin would pick like Cadane Library or something. I know Alice can't see it, but
Mhm.
that's okay.
Okay. As you drift off to sleep, you feel that you're kind of like lucid dreaming almost.
Mhm.
And you recognize this as the medallion's power. So you kind of reach for a memory of the Cadane
Mhm.
library, something familiar. And then as you think of like, oh, I need a person here with me, you it's very much like reaching out and touching someone on the shoulder. And then
Mhm.
suddenly you find yourself in the Cadane library sitting at a familiar wooden table. Maybe there's a bunch of books in front of you. You've been studying, perhaps, and across from you sits Alice, familiar
Yeah.
Alice, wearing a set of well-loved pajamas.
Oh.
You are also in
He
your
was
pajamas.
nappy.
Yeah.
Um,
Is he still wearing like a blindfold or anything?
no, his eyes are closed though.
Okay, yeah. I think he showed us, so
Mhm. He frowns deeply for a moment,
yeah.
but he doesn't immediately say anything. But he seems to realize that something has changed, because
Yeah.
evidently he was asleep.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're yanking him out of like a business meeting.
Yeah. It's just that he was in a dream and now he's different.
He's in a different dream. He might not have realized it though.
Yeah. I think Edwin clears his throat a little and says, hello?
Alice moves his head in your direction. He says, "Hello."
Oh, I don't suppose you remember me or us, I guess. I guess it's just me in here. Edwin does kind of look around for a second, like he didn't know how this was gonna work, so he has to
There
assess the situation.
for as far as the environment around you goes, it's a pretty faithful recreation of the library, but things get less detailed the further back you go. There's like vague forms of people, but they're more like shadows. You probably wouldn't be able to interact with them in any meaningful way. Just kind of like, when you think location with people and they're just like mush, people shaped mush.
Yeah.
Not
People
scary, but not like
Yeah.
body horror, but
wish.
just like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's a library, but none of these
Mhm.
people are real.
Okay. Well, Edwin says, it's Edwin, from I mean forever ago, I guess.
Alice thinks for a second. Says Edwin, like from well, that
The Tower of Groggy?
yeah, from the letters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh? How'd you get here, Edwin?
Well, I think this is a dream.
Oh, he slumps a little bit.
Oh.
Hmm. Well, are you okay? This is a dream.
Alice has been pulled into one of our dreams before
Yeah.
for silly combat time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he's like kind of like moving his head around, and he says, are we here to fight again?"
Oh, no. No, definitely not.
Okay. Oh, well, that's good. Why are you in my dream?
I guess to visit. I mean, we hadn't heard from you in a little bit, and we're I don't think we're terribly close to where you are, but we're still looking.
As soon as you say you're not very close to where he is, his shoulders slump a little bit more.
Oh.
And he says, "Oh, well,
Yeah.
it's good to hear you're still alive, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm as fine as I can be."
I'm glad you're doing okay at least. I mean, uh sorry, the typing sounded bigger than I thought. um no, I think Evan will say, well, we're headed towards the capital. Do you know where you've been staying?
Uh, yeah, I have a little apartment, not in the noble quarter, but pretty close. It's not dangerous or anything. I'm safe, but eh, life's been better, you know.
Yeah. Well,
Where are all of you? You said you're not close, huh?
yeah, I think a bit outside the capital. It's taking a little while to move around. I mean, you know how it is.
Mm, yeah, well, things are a little dangerous out there. I heard my father passed away a little while back. I don't suppose you had anything to do with that.
Uh, yeah,
Oh, actually?
yeah.
Alice kind of just like not stares at you obviously, but
Yeah,
just like sits there, head in your direction. Says,
yeah.
"Uh, what? I thought I thought you weren't gonna get that involved."
Well, I think some people here, you know, Valente, out of character. I seem to remember Archibald blew him up, but I think everyone was perfectly willing to start stabbing.
Somebody made him piss
Yeah.
his pants. I remember that.
Probably
Yeah.
Valente. Since it's
Only
Valente.
Yeah, yeah, Val doesn't
It runs
take
in the
very
family.
yeah, Val doesn't take very kindly to people hurting their kids, so
Uh,
it didn't take a lot of persuading.
I see. Well, I guess I should thank you. Not that we were really in contact much now anyways, but well, if you got rid of him, I'm sure he deserved it, right?
Yeah, I mean, don't let us I guess color your opinion of your father. I'm sure it's more complicated than just people being completely good or completely evil and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So, however you want to feel about it is fine by me.
I I haven't really talked to anyone in my family since I returned from my mission.
Yeah.
So uh I'm it's complicated, but I've been doing worse. No, I've done worse. I'm doing okay right now.
Okay.
Work is steady and I have friends, so
That's good.
Celeste?
gasp as you learn all this as friends.
No, I
Wait,
went.
yes, to
The last we heard, he only
Yeah.
had Colette, so I'm
Oh, that's right.
excited.
Yeah, I think that
Oh
doesn't
god, we gotta get him out.
yeah, I think like he says that and that doesn't immediately like mean anything to Edwin, and then Edwin is like, "Oh wait." Like mentally like, "Oh wait, that's right. He's supposed to be like traitor to the empire." I think that's noteworthy that he has multiple friends. Um so I think Edwin says, "Oh, are you still working in that prison?"
Yeah, just janitor work, like before, but they let me,
Yeah.
have access to more places now. So I guess they trust me a little bit more. Um, Still can't go, the
Yeah.
secure areas, but I clean offices and stuff, and most people
Mhm.
are nice. Not what I
Yeah.
envisioned for myself, but it's money and it's not dangerous, so.
Yeah. Well, do you still if we manage to find you, do you still want to leave?
He pauses for a minute, and he says, well, is I I assume bad things are coming to the capital based on the rumors I've heard. So even if things are going pretty well now, I doubt they'll stay that way forever. But I can't really think of a better place I'd want to be. So if you're in the area and it's looking bad, then yeah, I guess I'd appreciate it. But I don't know. Life's not terrible right now, but I feel like it's gonna become terrible soon.
Yeah,
That's
I
war
guess.
for you.
Yeah, it just depends how that whole thing shakes out. Is there anyone else you'd want to take with you?
Take with me. Um, I mean, not specific people. I want well for my friends, obviously, but they have their own
Mhm.
families and stuff to deal with. I can't be
Yeah,
dragging along a whole cart full of random people.
yeah. No, I get it.
I don't know. But if you're in the area and things are
Hmm.
turning sour for the population at large, yeah, come find me, please.
Okay.
How have
Well,
all
yeah.
of you been doing out there?
Um,
I bet you're on the run,
everyone's
huh?
yeah, I mean, it's stressful to say the least. But everyone's in as good health as we can be, I think.
That's definitely good to hear. I kind of figured that, well, after I heard my father had died, I'd figured he took a couple people with him, so it's good to hear that, that's not the
Bro,
case.
your dad was not as hot shit as you think.
um
Hey man, your dad kind of lame.
Oh, wait. Is he thinking of Lena and Lacelot or something?
maybe.
Maybe.
Like, does
Well,
he
but
mean,
I think he meant people on
I
our
mean,
side. Yeah.
him, I'm not here. I don't know
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
You're welcome to ask him stuff like that if you want.
Mhm.
You're welcome to
Um,
ask for more details.
yeah, I think Edwin will say something to the effect of, well, we know, the Finbar army did capture some people.
Oh, well, not any of you, I assume.
No.
That's to be expected. That's war after all. I'm surprised they didn't outright kill them based on the rumors, but
Yeah.
They didn't.
Well,
He said please really nice.
yeah, yeah. I think Edwin is. I don't think Edwin completely wants to just like drop that, like, yeah, we are
Yeah.
working for the Finbar army.
Yeah.
Because I think Alice would maybe not like us so much then.
Yeah.
Alice has been doing a lot of self-reflection in the last couple months.
Mhm,
Who knows what his opinions are at this point?
mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I think Edwin says, I think, I think from what we've heard, everyone in the Empire has kind of a very specific idea of people from Finbar. And I think that people from Finbar are just people.
Alice kind of scratches himself on the cheek a little bit. You want to make an insight check?
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh.
6.
Yeah, he's got kind of like an uncomfortable expression on his face, but
Yeah.
like you've been talking about war for the last 10 minutes,
Yeah.
so that's to be expected. And he
Yeah.
says, yeah, well, I mean, they're probably all not, bloodthirsty maniacs, just most of them.
I
We've
think
still
that's
got
probably
work
what
to do.
they Yeah, I think that's probably what they think of people from the Empire is the bad thing.
He lets
So,
out a sigh, and even with your low insight check, you can tell, yeah, he was probably thinking the same thing. But like,
yeah.
Empire
Yeah.
loyalty runs strong. And he says, yeah, one would assume.
Yeah.
I've never been, so I don't know. It's just it's bloody out there, you know. I
Yeah.
dead family and stuff. One of my older sisters, she also got well, there's a lot going on right now.
Like,
Alter system.
well, if you don't want to talk about it, I won't bother you.
Oh no.
No, it's fine. She was on the front lines and she's very happy to serve, but well, like I said, it's a bloody war and she I guess she got hit by something too big to come back from.
Oh. I know that when you're in the army, they'll, repurpose your body, maybe.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sure she's back at it again. That's it's an honor, you know. It's I hope so.
Can he like make an insight check
Sure,
on
he can't see
Edwin?
you. Keep that in mind.
I know. Yeah.
I'm
And then
automatically
Edwin
adding a
definitely,
debuff
if
to
he
this.
if he could see, then
I
he'd
need
be
to open
seeing
his
Edwin
sheet.
making kind of like the really uncomfortable grimacing face, like,
Hold on, I need to find
is it
his
an
sheet.
honor? But
I need to find his sheet.
So long.
yeah.
Alice. Oh my god, he's literally at the bottom. There he is. Alright. Oh, his insights. Oh my god, he's so old, insight isn't even on his sheet. Hold on. Let's have that in. 1 second, please. Please hold.
Some technical
He's
difficulties.
Still
I
the same level.
forgot that
and
was a
everything?
late addition. Yeah, he's still level 6. Insight. There we go. Alright, that's a 2. So he didn't notice super
Okay.
hard.
Okay, so Edwin's probably just like, because Edwin isn't saying anything, so there's like uncomfortable silence. But it's just, yeah, he doesn't know what's going on. Like,
Alice has
Good
kind of an
luck.
expression on his
Prepared
face.
to take a job.
Edwin's not Edwin. Alice has like kind of an expression on his face, like as he says, like, oh yeah, like she's been brought back from the dead. He kind of like has like more of a peaceful expression on his face, like. Obviously, he's part of the Empire, and he considers this a like very genuine honor. Like, oh no, like she's good. She's in a better place, and by that I mean a back again.
Yeah.
But he sits there in like ponderous silence as you look at him oddly for a couple minutes or a couple moments. And then he says, so, what are you guys, are you up to anything specific? Are you making your way over to the capital? What are you even, what is your business in the capital even? What are you gonna do once you get here? If you're coming.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I ever told you, but I study history.
Oh, yeah,
So
maybe you
yeah,
mentioned it. It was a long time ago.
yeah. Well,
Well,
that's my interest at least.
there's plenty
I
of
know
history here. I know there's a big library somewhere underground. You might want to check that out, I guess. Probably
in
have
the
to get
capital.
Yeah, I don't remember
Okay.
the name of it, and you probably need special permission, but
We'd have it.
The pit. Is it? Everyone probably asks, is it the pit?
oh, he snaps his fingers. Yeah, that is what they call it. It's got an official name, but I don't know what it is.
Oh, okay.
That's just, what they call it because it's a big hole in the ground.
Well, I actually met someone in Darna who gave me I guess at least a note to help get in there, so maybe I will be able to get in.
Oh, well, that's good. I hope you manage to come by soon, because,
Yeah.
well, the closer Finbar gets, the less they'll be happy to let people wander around as they please,
Yeah, I can imagine.
What kind of stuff are you, looking to study? I mean, there's plenty of history here, that's for sure.
I actually was studying just history from here in general because I mean we're from the next continent over. So really anything. I could be here for forever. I know I probably don't have that much time with the army all that, but I guess I'll have to start making a list so that I at least get some things in.
That's probably a good idea. They're probably gonna move everything if things get too insane. At least if they can. I don't know where. I guess the normal spot would probably be Darna, but that's
Yeah.
gone from what I've heard, or nearly so.
Oh.
Not gone. They didn't.
Well.
Maybe they
Oh.
leveled
Oh.
the place. I don't
Okay.
know. But it's
Yeah.
in a dangerous area. Let's say.
Yeah. Yeah. Because when we were in Darna, they were moving things from the. I'm gonna say museum, but I don't remember if that's what it was.
Yeah, it was a
If it was a
museum.
Okay. Okay.
It
Yeah.
was
They
it
were
was
moving
it
things.
was the fortress, but it was a
Yeah.
museum.
Yeah. They were moving things from the fortress. I don't think we need to tell Alice about Vercingetorix.
Hey, you're a lightning guy. We met another one of those
Yeah.
underneath the city.
Hey, I'm sure you'd get
He's a
along with this
lightning guy?
man-eating dragon.
Oh shit.
You're small.
You know
You're like
what?
you're like an hors d'oeuvre to him.
Yeah.
I
Um,
Oh,
think we
shit.
needed to tell him more things that we were doing in Darda.
Oh yeah.
he thinks he
We
says,
met-
"Oh yeah, it makes sense that they'd move all that stuff here. I'm sure there's other cities and stuff that are
Mhm.
piling all their things in the capital. It's pretty well protected after all."
Well, I guess then it's actually kind of a good time to come by because I only have to go to one place. If you
Yeah.
don't count the life-threatening part.
Yeah. I mean, once you get in, it's safe. Like, well, my view of it is limited. I'm sure you can imagine. But from
Yeah.
what I understand, guards at every corner, real secure. I feel pretty safe walking around, so hopefully you do too.
Yeah.
You guys are I'm you're mostly fine. So I'm sure you'll have no trouble getting in. Oh,
Yeah.
it's just one question I've been thinking lately.
Mhm.
That lady, that woman from the tower,
Yeah.
I don't recall her name. I just wanted to ask, is she doing okay?
Yeah, she's doing great. At least, I mean, we talked to her fairly recently, maybe like a month ago.
Okay.
She seems like she's doing fine.
Yeah. Next time you see her, can you just well, I'd send her a letter, but I it feels too much like a, not necessarily the thing to do.
Yeah.
Just an
Yeah, that's
apology,
kind of
I
a
guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you send her a letter, it feels like you know where she lives. So
Yeah. I've been thinking, and
yeah.
well, at the time it seemed like the right thing to do, but uh I've had a lot of time to think about it, and maybe I should have gone about it a different way. A conversation might have worked better, or at least an explanation up front. Just
Yeah.
apologize. I shouldn't have pulled a knife on her
Yeah.
or a
I can definitely
staff.
pass that on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. It's just been weighing on me.
Yeah. It's okay. I mean, we all do things that we realize are stupid later. Maybe not always that big of a thing, but it worked out.
I at the time I was just so caught up in the rush, I had to go there, and then
Yeah.
I had to get her to a second place, and there was a whole schedule, and I was supposed to meet up with my partner, who gods know where he is at this point, but yeah.
Oh, I think we ran into him actually.
Oh, is he well?
Yeah,
Ah,
well, I think he maybe ran into some kind of trouble in between when you last saw him and when we saw him because he was a little bit beat up, but he seems like he's doing okay aside from that.
Uh, well, that's good to hear, I guess. He was, well, I'm trying to think about what I say now before I say it, but if I were to put it plainly, I'd say he was a little bit of a plucky upstart when I work with him, so I'm glad he's not gotten completely mauled yet.
Yeah, I think he's taking care of himself.
That's good to hear. Yeah, I hadn't heard he was back in the city, so yeah, I just thought maybe either he was still waiting for me, in which case, God's almighty, he's a clueless man, or he'd gotten into some sort of trouble, but that's good to hear. Man, you guys really just get in contact with everybody now, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, we are traveling, so it's pretty easy to run into everyone, but I think some of it is luck.
Mm-hmm. Small world.
Yeah.
Anyways, and he kind of like drifts, he kind of like moves his head
Mhm.
around listening to the room. Is there anything else you want to talk to him about? Any
Um,
questions?
anyone else have any thoughts?
Uh, hmm.
Sorry,
I
my
feel like
roommate's really loud right
Oh,
now.
I
you're
can't
good.
hear it. Don't worry, you're good.
Mhm.
Okay.
I thought I did, but I can't remember what it is now. So
Okay, you don't have to.
It's more just
Mhm.
like, do you hang out with your friends, or you
Are you
guys
having fun
talk?
in there?
Like, you having fun there, son? You wouldn't, son?
Are you gonna ask him that or no?
Well, just like I guess like I don't know. He said he has like friends and stuff, and he's doing okay.
Mhm.
I think he's already considering his position enough without any prodding.
Mhm.
So I think Edwin just says, well, I hope we manage to find you soon. It would be nice to catch you in person.
Yeah, it definitely. I I'd invite you to come find me at work, but maybe a prison isn't exactly the most entertaining place to meet up.
Well, if it's got any historical value, you never know.
Probably every old building in this place does, and that thing's ancient, so the Imperial Jail.
Maybe
What a
it'll happen
place.
then. Yeah.
But anyways, well, out of curiosity, how'd you get in my dream? Just
Um. Oh. We found some kind of charm thing that it was supposed to let you talk to someone while you're asleep. I wasn't sure if it would actually work, but I guess this proves so.
oh, well, if you ever want to talk, I I guess I'll be asleep, so feel free.
Yeah.
I'm I I'm not someone who has a lot going on right now, so
Mm-hmm.
you're always welcome to. It's nice to hear a friendly voice.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll definitely be back, or someone else even.
Okay, just not one of those not one of the weird ones.
Yeah, I'll tell them you're okay. I'm sure that'll be enough for Valente and Archibald. Edwin
He
is
nods
thinking,
as if
yeah,
he's remembering, he's
yeah,
trying to remember who those people are out of the group.
yeah, yeah. Um, Edwin kind of says, the dragon and the one who grabbed you.
He frowns a little bit at the one who grabbed you, but he shakes it off. He says, "Yeah,
Yeah,
give them my regards."
of course.
And then, as you sit here at this table, the environment around you begins to blur and fade away, and Alles opens his mouth as if to say something, maybe a goodbye, maybe like another random question, but unfortunately, it comes out muffled, and you wake up.
Yeah.
Good morning. No, not good morning.
Yeah.
It's still nighttime.
Yeah.
But you've confirmed
Yeah.
that it works.
Yeah. And Alice is okay.
And Alles
For now.
is okay.
Yay.
Oh, Dwyer, did you... Is Dwyer back?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm just looking at the chat now. You disconnected, I'm so sorry.
I did that beautiful thing where I bumped the cord that keeps my PC on.
Mhm.
You
It
know how I edit.
happens. It happens. Okay. Excuse me. Can everyone make another luck check?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh wow. I got a
I
nat
got a-
20.
Fantastic. I got a beautiful 3.
I got a 2.
Oh.
Oh my god! Edwin, no!
I got
Lower
like,
two.
I don't think it really matters. It's somewhere in the 8, 7, something. I don't know.
Edwin doesn't get to sleep ever. Is your luck like super low?
It's my luck modifier without the like inventory items is just a 0.
Oh, okay. So you're just rolling.
Yeah.
You're just rolling.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got technically the polished gem staff has the like +5 luck on it, but I
Mhm.
was operating under the assumption that when we sleep we don't have.
Mm-hmm. You know, sidebar. I was
Yeah.
thinking the other day about how genuinely unimportant luck is as a stat, and how it's actually
Yeah.
kind of tactical to keep it low. And then I remembered the lower your growth is, the more I can just kill your character forever.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh no, that's very self-balancing. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
you know,
does
Octavia
enough that
uses
you
it
have to worry
persuade
about it.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can use it if
And
you want to
also,
with your
sand
skills and stuff.
Yeah.
forgot.
Oh,
Yeah.
for what?
I forgot. Sand.
Yes, and for sand. It's got like a bunch of really niche uses that you can easily
Yeah.
forget about, so you can
And
dump it
Octavia's
if you want
using
to. But if you choose
Yeah.
not to dump it, you get advantages. But like if you
Mhm.
dumped it, for example,
Yeah.
you'd be raking in those dreams like no tomorrow, baby.
Yeah, Edwin's luck growth naturally is a 30, so that's why he's here, I think.
Thank God for all those luck miracles. You chewing
I don't
through
remember
them.
if I added those for the last level up.
Uh-oh.
Right now
Edwin.
it's 67
Right.
out of 67.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
Yeah.
He'll be okay. All right. So, Edwin, you're back again. You get as soon as you fall
Wait,
back
did
asleep.
you guys?
Oh. What?
Sorry, did you guys roll?
Yeah, everyone
Yeah,
else
I
rolled.
got
I
a
thought
2.
Dwyer and... Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a 3.
Sorry.
So close. So close.
No,
All
my
right.
bad.
Edwin, you are, as soon as you fall back asleep, you are sucked down into another dream. And you come to standing in a kind of dark, dingy room. There's a table in front of you, and you hear the sound of like an animal, like in the room
Oh.
with you.
Oh, like what kind of animal? Do I need like a bestiary check?
You want to like just look around?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
There's a dog at your feet on a
Oh.
rope leash.
Oh, is it Millicent?
No.
Dark, dingy room. Like what? Like a basement? Or
Yeah, it's
is there
giving
windows?
basement.
Okay, there's no windows. I'm sitting in a chair, or am I
No,
standing?
you're standing.
Okay. Is the dog awake?
Yeah, it's standing next to you. It's just kind of hanging out. It appears to be kind of like an old dog. It's got lots
Yeah.
of like white all around its muzzle. It's just staring up at you.
Okay. Can I pet it?
Go ahead. You pet it, and the dog
Yeah.
wags its tail a little bit. Can you make a perception check?
Yeah. 9.
Well, despite the dinginess of the room, it is relatively clean of stuff. So first of all, you are like 85% sure this is Godfrey's storage room, in the basement. But it lacks much of the junk that is accumulated there. So it's just the like big stone table and a couple boxes in the corner maybe. And on this table are 2 items. There is a vial of something red and what looks to be some kind of carving knife.
Okay. This is the dog that Godfrey fed the first panacea to test.
Shrug.
Let's see if Edwin knows what the fuck is going on. Yeah, okay. He rolled like a 19 on wisdom check. He's
Okay.
Edwin can put 2 and 2 together. I think he kind of stands there. Like the leash is in my hand, right?
Yes, you are holding the leash. It's a pretty
Okay.
short leash.
Okay. I think Edwin kind of stands there looking at the dog and the presumably potion. and just kind of like sighs.
Not this shit again.
It's like torn between like, well, what happened to the dog? But also like, I know what happened to the dog. It's dead in the backyard.
Or is it?
Yeah. Do you guys think Edwin should feed the dog the potion?
I'm not gonna tell you yes or no. You pick what you think Edwin would pick.
Yeah, I think Edwin can't do that. I think he's just gonna like turn around and walk out the door with the dog.
Okay.
Understandable.
Yeah.
You ignore the knife and the
Yeah.
presumable blood, and you open the door, and that is not part of this memory. So you basically lead the dog out into nothingness, and then you awake in your bed.
Yeah.
Edwin is 2 for 2.
Edwin sighing deeply, like, oh, that one was definitely worse than the first one.
All right. So, everyone else, aside from Edwin, has a peaceful night of sleep. In this now abandoned, not abandoned. Whoa, why did I say that? Whoa, it's abandoned. Everyone left in the night. No, in this inn, you wake up to the sound of birds. It is early morning. You didn't oversleep today. It's maybe like 6 a.m. And everyone is still here. Thank God. As you guys are waking up and getting ready to go, gathering your stuff, presumably you're heading to the arena unless you'd like to go somewhere else? Question mark?
Yeah, that's where we were told to meet, right? Unless there's are there other like shops or anything here?
Nope, it's just this tavern. That's it.
Okay.
Are we supposed to meet at the church at St. Alicia's?
Yes, which is in the sorry, when I say arena, I mean the town.
Sorry, the town.
The city.
Yeah,
the
I was
city.
like, oh, I thought
the
so
town.
we're in Little Town.
The city is Walkenhorst. It's known for its arena.
That's right.
But
okay.
there is other buildings. Yes.
Yeah, let's go to city.
All right,
Let's
hold on.
feed
Before you
Reginald.
go to city, Val, as you're packing up your stuff, you hear a knock at the door.
Val opens the door.
Gottfried is there, and he looks uncomfortable.
Oh.
Hold on. Like, how visibly uncomfortable?
You want to make an insight check?
I did. I was trying to because I was doing an autism check.
I see.
Yeah.
I got a 7, so
a slightly more ate a lemon version of his normal constipated expression.
okay. So it's a little bit. Valente goes, "What's up?"
I have something to tell you.
Valente's face kind of like he's shocked, and then he looks very serious, and he's like, "Did you kill the barkeep?"
You're asking him that?
Yes.
Gottfried shakes his head. No. Why would you think that? Should I have?
No, you seemed stressed, and I was preparing for the worst.
Oh. No, I wanted to come clean and be honest with you because
Valente is not unconvinced that a different murder did not happen.
I wanted to let you know that Merope and I got married.
His face goes very blank. Like when you hear something that you could not have imagined a person saying those words in that order.
Hold on, I'm gonna have Godfrey make an insight check. Oh, buddy.
Oh, this is so sad.
He's not ready for the day. He's not wearing his coat yet. That was dire. He frowns. He says, "Yeah. Sorry for lying."
No, Valente goes, when
when we were at that house all together on the beach.
Valente goes, weren't you not a couple, like, before that?
Can you make another insight check?
That's a 12.
He kind of scrunches up his face a little bit and says, it was complicated.
Valente goes, how long has it been complicated?
He's clearly mentally counting in his head. He says, about 10 years?
Valente nods and then goes, okay. That's acceptable. As someone who I have no regrets, my first marriage was after 3 years of knowing her, and it still had a lot of, I mean, it didn't end because of divorce. But I was concerned you both had made an impulse decision due to the looming possibility of war. But
He's got the expression on his face of someone who absolutely did do that. No question about it. They absolutely did make an impulse decision based on the looming possibility of war. But
and then Volta goes, okay. But at the very, like, it's not, I'm happy for you both. I just mean that you aren't getting married to someone you met last week. I do know some people who did that, and it went bad.
okay. Well, I just wanted you to be informed because I told everyone else last night and
Oh.
you weren't present.
Yeah. Thank you for telling me. Congratulations again. And then he goes,
every time you say congratulations, he slides a little bit further away.
and he goes, oh, that conversation with Merope about the baby is going to be worse than I thought it was.
He kind of puts his head in his hands for a second, and then he stops himself from doing that, and he says, what conversation?
Well, she really likes Philia. And as the person who historically has gotten extremely attached to the children we've interacted with, I know what her perspective on the situation would be. And I also know you very well, so I have a guess as to what yours would be.
Can you make an insight check?
That's an 11.
Yeah, you know him well enough that I'll let that slide. This is like his nuclear Armageddon. This is like the worst thing.
Yeah. And so she's like, and had you not been married, you could have easily pulled I don't know if this is a stable environment for a child whose parents aren't married, etc. But now you can't pull that card. So it's going to be a little bit worse. And God's speed.
He's gonna kind of Garen and Amalthea are in the room with you, also preparing their stuff, and you get the vibe they're also like kind of listening in. And so he's gonna kind of like lightly grab you by the arm and like pull you out into the quiet hallway.
Okay.
And shut the door firmly behind him. And then as you guys are anyone else is welcome to make like a perception check if they want to.
Octavia's doing a perception check.
Why?
That's a 19.
19. Octavia, you're in the room next door, so you can hear that people are whispering, and if you are to concentrate, which I assume you are, you could hear what they're saying, but like 90% of it. Not 100%.
Understandable.
So Godfrey leans up against the wall with his arms folded, and he says to Valente, like, actually, I might have made a little bit of a miscalculation when she and I were talking, before we, and then he makes a hand motion like, you know what happened. I just explained it to you. He said she wanted me to promise a couple things before we made any decisions. And well, there's one thing specifically that she mentioned that she wanted very badly, and in the moment I kind of agreed to it, because I didn't think it would ever happen, and
Valencia pinches the bridge of his nose.
Godfrey just kind of stares at you, and he's so, how would a person convince another person to give up a baby?
Can you make another insight check?
Yeah. That's a 16.
Okay. He can see that Valente has to hold back like a full body wince. Like this isn't, like Valente feels for him in this moment because Valente cares very much about Godfried. However, he's the Merope of the relationship, and so he's like, why would I ever tell you any of this, you sick bastard? But because if they did not have an S support, it would go down. But because they do,
Yeah.
Valente's like, okay. I understand who Godfrey is as a person.
He got a 16, so he gets that vibe from you. And then he again goes to put his head in his hands, properly this time, and from inside of his palms you hear like, "Oh, I'm fucked."
Okay. Here, from my perspective, as if I were Merope, the argument that would convince me the most would be anything regarding the child's safety.
Okay, that's easy. I'm very unsafe.
That part wouldn't convince me, even though I do know that I would not list you at the top of our group in terms of success in childcare.
He makes an expression like he's not sure what to think about that opinion. Like, that's advantageous in this moment, but also, like, obviously an insult.
He just said he's very dangerous, and she's
No,
trying to confirm that without being rude.
Yes. He gets that,
she,
but he's also like,
yeah,
man.
No, of course. But then she goes like, but sometimes when you're married to that kind of a person, you believe in them so very much and in their ability to try. And also everyone's kind of shitty at parenting in their own special and beautiful ways. So if Gare were making this argument to me, I would be saying, I'd be like, but I believe in you so much. And it wouldn't do a ton of convincing to me because obviously I still am with that partner regardless of danger levels. However, in terms of, for example, when Ardle, of course, was put in our care, I was very skeptical upon trying to on letting myself get attached, considering war and my own life expectancy, and the fact that I am very old for a parent. You are approximately the right age for children, but Gare and I are quite old, and I was concerned that with Gare's holy blood, if he survives this ordeal, he will live a very long life. But I don't know that about myself per se, and it would be leaving Gare on his own, possibly with a young queen or teenager. And I didn't. That also was something that made me uncomfortable. And while you don't have the age problem, you do have the affliction problem, and that would be something to consider. Schooling for the child. I know that you, less so you, but Merope grew up without a lot of other people around, but that isn't always necessarily great for a child. Things like that would be the things that I would consider. Because it's very easy to look at your partner and ask them to let you be selfish, but it is less so. It is less easy to ask that of an infant child who can't say no for some people.
Mhm.
So while I would phrase it to her, what sacrifices would Felia be making if she were to stay? Unwilling. And if Merope would feel comfortable taking those things from her, good intentions or not.
Mhm. He looks uncomfortable, obviously, through this entire conversation, but even more so, a couple seconds after, and he says, "I, I just feel, I, I wasn't thinking when I made that kind of promise to her, but I just feel like it, it's just another thing I'm not doing right by her, so."
Volante thinks for a second, and he asks, "What are you afraid of? If you are comfortable."
Uh, he stares at you for a second. He says, um, I, I don't know what to do. I don't, um, I, I don't know how to take care of a, a, a baby or a child. Um, I don't even really take care of Millicent. She handles it all on her own.
Um,
And I don't know how to, and he kind of makes a motion between you two. He's like, I don't know how to talk to a child.
Volante nods and says, "I'm gonna give you advice that I think many people don't like." As someone who, I was in a position around a lot of young adults for a long time, and who had a child that has children in separate events somehow. Um, no one does. No one has any fucking idea what they're doing. They are copying what they've seen other people do to the best of their ability, some with more success than others. My parents treated me like a indentured servant, and I was lucky enough that Mordana knew much more about how to treat a child than I did, and was able to tell me more about the process, but really, it's just another person. It's a person who doesn't know a whole lot, who is experiencing the world for the very first time, and therefore needs some help because they don't know how to react to things. But it's a person. They will tell you when they're upset. They will, if you listen, they will keep doing so. They will have things that they'll, if you treat them with the respect that you would treat anyone, you're already doing better than the majority of people caretaking, because they see children as tools to be utilized or pets to show off or something else. But if you ask them and you treat them with the respect that you would anyone else, then that's already a league ahead. And I know you're not necessarily the best at talking to people. I get through it by being as blunt and direct as possible, but I'm not great either. But when you treat a child with the respect and that you would anyone else, it teaches them that you believe that they are a person and that they are a person instead of a worker or a thing. And that's all you can do is your best. And if you're doing your best, you're probably going to do better. At least my parents did. And I think, well, I'm alive now and people find me generally pleasant to be around. So
I'm gonna have Godfrey make a quick conviction check of high importance.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh damn. Okay. Okay. He listens to you talk. He's very clearly paying very close attention to everything you're saying. And then after like a couple moments of silence, he's thinking. You can hear him thinking. He says, "I have a lot to think about. I think I I need to talk to her next time I'm there, I guess."
yeah, I think that is
I don't want to upset her again.
that's the nature of being around other people.
He makes an expression like that's the worst thing that could ever happen to anyone, being around other people. Ugh. But yeah, he just kind of like, he looks defeated.
But you'll say sorry and then you'll find a way forward.
He nods. He says, "Yeah, that's usually how it goes down." I have to go finish packing my things. Thanks for the advice. You're
Does he mean it?
you want to make an insight check?
17.
Yeah, he means it, but saying thanks for him is like dragging a rock out of a body of water. So it took a lot to get that out.
Beautiful, wonderful. Valente nod.
Mm-hmm. After completing the interaction and noticing that Valente has accepted his thanks, he basically runs off to his room. He skitters away as quickly as possible, visibly sweating. And he shuts the door behind him very quickly. And as you make your way back into your room to finish packing, Gare is dutifully gathering your things, folding clothes, whatnot. Amalthea is laying on the bed, smiling and looking at you, and she kind of like has a little bit of a confused expression on her face. And she says, "I thought they were already married. Like they've been married this whole time. Why does she live in his house?"
She doesn't.
Yes, she
Yeah.
does. She's always there.
Because otherwise his mom... Well, I mean, yes, Millicent could probably handle it, but I don't think Millicent could give Alika her medicine, and someone needs to make... Or, make food, presumably. So someone needs to make sure Alika doesn't starve.
I don't know. That dog's pretty big. I think she could cook if you trained her.
I do think you need opposable thumbs to properly operate a chef's knife.
And Amalthea kind of like rolls over, like, yes, much to think about. As she continues to not help Gare pack their stuff.
No, of course. Valente goes over and kisses his cheek and thanks him for working on that, and then helps him.
Okay. Excellent. So everyone is gathering their stuff and getting ready to go. I need to use the bathroom, so we're gonna take a
Same.
couple of seconds of break. I'll be back.
Okay.
Yeehaw.
That was such a good scene, Dwyer.
Yeah.
Thank
So good.
you.
We're so sorry that we were being shitheads in this.
No, I thought it was fun. I wasn't looking at the chat. I was... When I do, like, scenes, I'm, like, locked in staring at, like, a dark corner of my room to make sure that I... Especially because I'm struggling to talk well today, so I was, like...
Yeah.
I was focused on some other bullshit.
Yeah.
And then
you
I
were
click back
locked
and I
in.
see everything. And I found it charming. But yeah, God, I'm pulling out the parenting advice after, like, texting my mom earlier today, like, I need my dad. Can he come over? He's coming in a week for my
Nice.
graduation.
Yay!
But
Yay!
I was like,
Yeah.
Mom and Dad, you guys should come here now.
Understandable. Understandable. Yeah, that reminds me. Not next week, but the week after? No, technically it goes into weird. I'm gonna be seeing my parents soon too.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yippee!
Yippee!
Yeah, my dad flies in 10:30 p.m. next Wednesday. So, and he'll be going to a hotel, so I'm good to play. And then I graduate, and then we all fly home because my sister's getting married.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Congratulations
Oh,
on graduating.
There's
also,
so much celebrations.
Congratulations!
Yeah.
Congratulations!
She literally was like, "Yeah, we're getting married on May 10th," and I was like, "I'm pretty sure that's the
Miss
exact
Girl?
graduate."
Miss Girl?
Girl.
Come on.
And she was like, "Never mind, we will change it."
That's good.
Like, thank you. No, because this was like way before they were like this was just like the date that they had been like planning, but they hadn't like booked anything yet.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're thinking May 10th, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's the exact day I graduate.
Okay, I'm glad she moved it because if you said that, and she was just like,
yeah, no,
okay.
my older sister and I are best friends. If I couldn't be there, she would have I don't know, figured out teleportation magic.
Yeah.
She would have
Time travel.
Animal Crossing. And everyone would be invited that way.
So
Melissa does not eat trash in the woods. She eats animals in the woods.
Yeah.
You know, like
She
a
eats
dog.
trash in
Like
the
a dog.
backyard.
No, she doesn't eat trash. She picks the good stuff out of the trash and eats that. She's smart enough to know what is and isn't garbage.
She eated the trash.
She eat it and maybe like some bones from the trash. She's like a hyena. She can eat bones. It's fine. It's good nutrients.
Yeah, she can eat them.
I feel like she's like crunching them and stuff.
Oh
in the
yeah,
backyard.
she's. You can hear it from outside, from inside for sure.
Grumpy hears it initially, and then she's like, "Oh, that's just Millicent."
Grungy.
You know how dogs are when they get crunchy and they're opening and closing their whole mouth.
Like ice cubes.
Yeah. Diggy.
Yeah, you said Gottfried said Millicent can take care of herself, and I was just imagining like
Cut
she's
back to Millicent digging in
yeah.
the trash.
Yeah.
My brain immediately went to Millicent in a chef's hat making like ratatouille or something. She could handle it. She doesn't even need the rat.
Oh yeah. And before we continue, then what would
Cheppy's
be
not back
if
yet.
Millicent? Oh, Cheppy's not back yet. My bad. If Millicent could cook, what would be her go-to dish?
She's probably like a chicken in the oven. She likes chicken.
Mm-hmm.
She likes poultry. She'll mess up a turkey skeleton, no problem.
Yeah.
She probably doesn't get it that often, so that's
She is
fair.
going to kill and eat Edwin.
I know she would never do that. She's smart enough to know. She's seen you transform before, so she's like, "Oh no, that's not food bird. That's other kind of bird. Friend bird?" Question mark.
What?
Millicent's not gonna eat Edwin
Oh.
for now.
Oh no. Literally, for everyone's sakes, including Edwin's and herself, do not eat Edwin.
Don't eat Edwin. Everyone would be upset. Nobody liked that. Alright, so is everyone. Oh, Rand leaves. Goodbye, Rand. Never mind.
Wait, no, I'm here. I just needed to. I'm sorry, I'm still here, but I was gonna type, so I was like,
Oh,
wait, I
gotcha,
need
gotcha,
to not
gotcha.
do
Alright.
ASMR.
Gotcha. Thank you. Excuse me. Okay, so, you guys all pack up. Oh my gosh. Pack up your stuff, and get ready to set out for Walkenhorst. Can I get a traversal thing?
Oh, did you want to feed Reginald also?
Oh yeah. Beep,
Oh, I
beep.
do.
beep.
Okay, let me get out the DJ. I am feeding Reginald 3
Oh.
gold pieces. This is a bribe.
I don't think that's how it works, but he'll take them. Okay, make
Yeah.
me a 1d2.
Okay. That's a 2.
Okay. 1d8.
Okay, sorry, let me get out my 1d8. 3.
Okay, and then a 1d10.
Okay. Oh wait, I am so sorry. I rolled my 1d10 on accident. Let me roll
Okay,
that
re-roll
again.
it.
I'm so sorry.
You're good.
Okay, I rolled a 6.
Okay.
And that's a 9. on
Okay,
the
you can
10.
take a +9 to your defense.
Wow.
Damn. The bribery worked.
Yeah, Reginald happily munches on one of the coins and looks up at you with big red eyes. He loves you so much when you give him all the money in your pockets.
That's not all the money, but you don't need to know that.
He doesn't know. He has no concept of finances.
He has no concept of finances. He will never know.
He's like, yes, surely you would give me everything.
Surely.
The-
Don't tell
The
him.
the look of betrayal on this thing's face when he finally understands the concept of purses.
Let him into the vault.
Do not
Let him into the
I'm,
vault.
pi- I'm picturing him doing the Scrooge McDuck thing, diving into the
Yeah.
mud bin.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He looks like one of them. He's gold, so he fits right in.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh.
So, you guys make the couple days travel over to Walkenhorst. At this point, it's like mid-March, so that means you've officially been on this quest for an entire year. Congratulations. So you guys make your way closer to the city, and you can see that it's kind of hopping. There's lots of like carts lined up outside, not like outside in the boonies, but you know, in the official cart parking places. And there's lots of people coming and going on the road. Clearly something of excitement is happening in this city. And there's a big wall surrounding, and the gates are wide open. A couple guards posted, but they don't seem to be checking people's like information. They're just like, making sure nobody causes a stir. So are you guys walking on in?
I think so.
Double. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You walk in to the city to find that the street that you walk onto, it's mostly like a pedestrian street with a cart thing, like a cart road in the middle. And along the pedestrian parts of the street, there are like ribbons hung up. There's decor. There's like little felt flowers attached to the sides of the buildings. They're celebrating something. There's a celebration happening. And you also notice that all the stores on this little street, and there's a whole bunch, they're all closed, except for what appears to be a blacksmith. A blacksmith sitting at like an intersection of like the main street and like a little alleyway. He seems to be open, but everyone else is closed, presumably for whatever event is happening currently. There's guards posted around, and in the distance you can see the high walls of some sort of Colosseum-like building looming over the rest of the city.
Follow me. Sorry.
Yeah?
Escape from the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're going into the city.
I have a question about the blacksmith.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Is it like a little stall or something? Like, does he have wares?
No,
or is it
it's
just...
like it's a large building. It's
Okay.
actually like raised up on the city's kind of like on a hill, so it's raised up. There's like a patio area out front that you can go on, and then the building is on stilts in the back. And inside you can see there's a lot of blacksmiths working in kind of like an open air situation. And it seems like these people are capable, so perhaps they are able to provide you with upgraded weapons. And it appears they also have a number of skills in stock for you to look at.
Ooh. Yeah, I think we should stop there, and maybe we can also ask them about whatever festival is going on.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay. All right. So there is no door, so you can just walk on in. You talking to one of the blacksmiths?
Yeah. Does anyone in particular want to talk? I don't mind doing it. I just didn't want to be the only person talking since I already talked to Alice and everything.
Oh, you can go ahead and lead the talk. It's okay.
Okay. Same as taking a screenshot.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
What did she do?
Don't worry. Literally, like, don't worry about it. It's none of your fucking business. All right, so you enter the establishment. One of the blacksmiths looks over at you as you enter, and he welcomes you inside, and he asks, can I do anything for you? Do you have need of a specific type of ware? Would you like to look at our wares?
Yeah, we'll take a look.
Okay, sure. He shows you the available goods. He has all the different types of, excuse me. Sorry, I'm checking something. He has all the different types of steel weapon available to upgrade. And these are the skills that are available. And just to read them off, it's Personal Shopper, Defensive, Strong Arm Strike, Memoir, Quick Salve, Splendio, Guard, Shadowed Breeze, Cloudburst, and Ambition. And it does look like they do staves here.
Oh, okay. I gotta take a peep at all these because I did kind of want to see if I could use some of this absurd amount of money we have to make a big staff for healing.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. Understandable.
Give
Yeah.
Edwin his big stick.
I think he.
Sorry, Donna. It's not.
Oh, he has 9 strength right now. How much does it usually take to hold a 2-handed weapon? Is it 15?
15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't be that big of a stick.
And for
Well, let's
every
say-
damage die you add, or healing die, it's
Yeah.
plus 10 to your strength requirement. Or
Okay.
or
Never.
magic requirement. Depends on what kind of damage you're doing.
I really need to find personal shopper in this sheet because the fact that it's an active skill is sending me. What skill are you?
Personal
Hang on,
shopper is an incredibly niche and funny skill that I plan on making a player character around at some point.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
You wanted
Personal shopper.
What? What
Oh,
the fuck?
as a bonus action, fill a target's open inventory slots with the item junk.
Oh, that's way goofier.
Only
You want to
do
go
it
check
if
out
you're
what
a
junk is?
shopkeeper.
You want
Yeah.
to see the full vision? To see the
Yeah.
full vision?
Oh, is this
Okay,
like
let's
about
look
to
at
be some
junk.
card game shit?
I don't know.
Oh my god. All inventory spots are filled with, and at least 2 of them contain junk. All items are replaced with junk in their combat inventory.
Oh
Does
no!
that delete
It
items?
basically
Yes, it
does.
destroys items permanently.
Assuming you
Assuming
can't do
they
that
can be
to like
destroyed.
holy weapons.
No, yeah,
and
there's certain things that cannot be
same
destroyed.
rules. Okay.
Yeah.
Defensive
Also,
is
if you have stone
received.
grip.
Yeah,
Mhm.
defensive
Stone
is
grip
received
is-
-5 damage from physical attacks. Strong arm
That's nice.
strike.
This is like the League of Legends card game to me.
Fill your inventory with dog
In
residue.
Runeterra, there's a bunch of things where you can like put landmines on people's cards. So like when they go to draw a card, just a bunch of like a bomb pops up with the card is like, "Hey, motherfucker!" You can kill them by just putting bombs in the card. If you want to, use that for an inventory thing in the future,
Oh dear.
Strong.
dear.
Okay,
just
strong
saying
arm strike.
items that hurt you.
Strong arm strike is on attacks of opportunity. Skill mod is equal to strength mod.
Damn.
Memoirs and on a successful hit, add user's history proficiency to attack. Quick salve. User can perform another action after using a healing item. Splendio is that's the one that's on Wind Dragon. Add your resistance modifier to. Guard. Redirect damage directed towards pair up unit to user if unit. Oh, that's. Yeah, redirect damage directed towards pair up unit to user if unit is adjacent to pair up. Shadowed Breeze is gonna be dark damage attack. Oh, Donna.
Donna.
She will
Cloud
not
Burst.
budge.
Oh, sorry.
The fuck.
No, sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're good. I'm still looking it up. I was just saying the name of it out loud.
Shadowed Breeze is familiar. How the fuck is he selling that? Hang on.
What do you mean?
As an action on Cloudburst is as an action on a successful hit, deal 3d12 electric damage. User takes 10 HP damage after combat. And then Ambition.
I know what Shadowed Breeze is. How is that a sellable item?
What do you mean? It's a skill.
Yeah, but it's also a dragon skill. It's built in. That's what I am.
Girl
That's what
boss, I
breathe.
don't know how to tell you this, but all the dragon skills are just regular skills that I handpicked for the dragons.
I know. But it's still weird though. Imagine like in real life you stroll out like onto the battlefield with you're challenged to a duel and someone strolls out and they've just got like your arm on a stick.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
Peppy,
magic.
here's the thing: Edwin and Octavia Wave, they both got dragon skills before
The
Edwin was a
dragoning.
dragon. Dragoning.
The
True, but
dragon
who the fuck
age.
is this? Who the fuck is this guy selling them?
It's just magic. Maybe they learned it from the dragons. Maybe dragons are where it's
Yeah.
originally from, but you could write it down.
Yeah.
And you're just casting a spell with your mouth.
Ambition is boost all growth rates by 20%.
Very nice.
Huh?
Could give that to one of the babies. guarantee ourselves a Jagan for the next campaign.
I am. Here's the thing. Part of me thinks that would be great. The other part of me is wondering how much collateral we need to put up for the arena.
Okay, so hang on. That's a great skill. We've talked forever about how we could use extra party members. That's like an incredible way to play catch up. For how much is it increased by? 20%?
20%.
Yeah,
You
well, I guess it's not
plus
as
a
yet.
20%, not 20% of your skill, just to be clear. Or 20% of your growth. It's 20% you add on.
Yeah.
Right.
So, which is
I suppose it's not that strong, actually. Well, kind of. It depends on how quick. Can you power level in it? Can you power level an NPC?
You could send them on solo missions, which is part of the game no one has ever utilized because you don't want your little guys to come back mutilated, I presume.
Yeah.
We have those.
We don't.
God,
And I mean,
have those.
all the other NPCs we've met, they have their own lives. We don't need to send them on missions.
Yeah. Lothair, come here. I have a quest for you. Go beat up 10 wolves.
Honestly, there's
probably, yeah.
It's funny that you choose Lothair because she's arguably one of the people who's more likely to be out there doing Lothair, Alyssa Theta, maybe Nero.
I don't think Alyssa Theta needs to be power leveling. I think that was her issue in the first place.
That was
not the power level, but in terms of like who would have a solo mission. They're kind of perpetually on solo missions. Those few of them, you know.
Raise baby
Alice is also
and
a solo mission if you think about it. Sorry.
Survive.
Survive.
Attention, all girls. Survive.
Okay, but yeah, I think these are all neat. I don't have any specific need for any of them or need to give them to anyone.
I will say, since we're probably gonna go against Cersei, someone should have expel in their inventory.
Oh, absolutely. I can do inventory shuffling just after this.
Let me look at a thing. I think I had a Val that felt so good at killing the undead.
Yeah. I think my thought was if I get Edwin a nicer staff that does a roll for healing stuff, then I could actually utilize stuff like perhaps cleric class and stuff where you double your healing rolls. I don't remember which one it was, but there's one where it like doubles your healing rolls and stuff like that.
I think it's High Priest.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah. But also because he has a magic stat and a holy magic proficiency, he can get a big number and someone else can use the one that does a guaranteed 20 healing.
Okay.
Tactical.
Was my thought. Yeah. Just like spread it out a little bit. Maybe like Gare or something. I know he has a magic
Gare
stat.
looks at you with big wet eyes. You're gonna ask him to do something not murder related.
I thought you didn't like murder, Gare.
No, he doesn't. Please give him the heal staff.
Oh, okay.
The big wet eyes are good. Please.
It's a good big.
There's other options.
Yeah.
There's another path.
Yeah.
I mean,
And, Amalthea and Godfried have the twin staves already. So.
Yeah. So, and also, here's the thing: Gare still has a thief sword in his inventory. He doesn't need that. I'm putting that in the convoy.
Okay.
Oh yeah, if you guys want to do any convoy shuffling, like I said, we're probably gonna start combat today, so
yeah.
Make sure.
Yeah, I'm glancing about.
All right, I was gonna look at what skills we had in the convoy to potentially put on a staff if I'm already made.
I mean, clarity is nice. Clarity is nice to have.
What is clarity?
Clarity basically helps you like. Sorry.
Oh, but it's active.
Go back to the exam.
It's,
yeah, you can't.
I need a passive.
You can put an active skill on a staff. You just won't have a heal die.
Yeah. I need
or a damage die.
Yeah. I need.
A beautiful tip is to choose the skill that is the most insane to possibly have passively. Because of like the
Yeah.
dragons
Yeah.
in the labyrinth all having those like omen and icy
Yeah.
blood on their things that made
Yeah.
them like really annoying. Like
Yeah.
that was a game changer. And so
Yeah, it's
possibly find
for
some
sure.
sort of passive skill that,
Theodorius that just makes you into a fish.
like if you can find a passive skill that like throws a grenade into any person's build or just like does Cocomelon shit to them. That's the one.
You are doing Coco Melon.
I think the one that we still have is Fruitfulness, which is useful for anyone because it's +1 to all skill charges, which means 2 Draconic Hex and 4, I think, Charismas.
Oh, what was? Hold on.
think
There's one that
that
we were holding
works.
on for Val.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Self-surgery.
yeah.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, no.
Mhm.
Edwin doesn't need that. Fine. I just saw that it was in there for Val, and I
Yeah.
forget what it is every time that I see it, and so I have to. I was like, oh, that's a passive skill. No,
Yeah.
it's another self-heal. He doesn't need that.
Yeah. Oh,
You can
I was gonna
always
look
come
over-
back too.
yeah. I just know that sometimes I'm like, oh, we should do this later, and then like in my head, and I don't tell anyone,
Mhm.
and then it doesn't happen because something happens and we can't go back to wherever we
Mhm.
were.
I'll
I'm just
say, I'm
checking.
gonna tell you
Yeah.
right now to alleviate some of your fear, you will have
Yeah.
a chance to explore the city post-combat. Right now,
Okay.
everything's closed for a reason.
Okay.
After
Okay.
combat, you will absolutely have a chance to explore.
Okay. All right. I think that the best one here for Edwin would still be Fruitfulness, assuming no one else wanted to use it because it is just a generally
No,
nice
you can
skill.
have it.
Let me look at. I mean, I'm
It's-
gonna say
yeah.
you can have it. But
Yeah,
it was that one that you said out loud.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I'm
oh.
gonna put the thin shawl in the convoy.
what kind of
Yeah.
staff are you using as a base? Do you have one? Because they don't sell staves here.
They don't sell staves. Okay.
They only have steel weapons, and there is no steel stave.
Okay. I don't think we have any. I don't know if there are even staves that don't have a description.
There definitely are. Hold on, let me double check for you. Let me quickly
Okay,
double check
'cause
for
we
you because
certainly-
I'm 99% sure they are.
Okay. The only staves
OF.
we have are ones with
Energetic staff is open. Guardian is open. Heal is open. Sacred is open. Sun staff is
Okay.
open.
Oh yeah, because a
Woven
bunch of them
staff
were
is
siege,
open.
and then they got like moved
Yeah.
to, or
Yeah,
their
so there's
description
a whole,
was
there's
made.
oodles of them.
Okay, I don't think we have any of these.
You can always come back.
No. Yeah, it's just like, oh, okay.
Didn't you
Like,
give
what did you
the
do
woven
before the
staff
fight?
to Lethair?
We
You
did.
could always go get it back.
Yeah.
We did.
Hey, girl.
No, that would be mean.
We lied. We
She-
do that.
We,
She
You
doesn't
don't have a
one.
heal staff?
No, we gave it back to Lethair.
Oh.
It was hers.
She's got 2 staffs now. She doesn't need one of them.
Jilla's
Oh, there's something linked
Uh,
for the Cersei fight.
yeah, it's like it would be
it's
nice
expel.
to
Oh.
have, yeah.
Yeah,
It
no,
would be
for
nice
sure.
to have this before we go into it,
Mhm.
but
Does it?
Yeah.
So with the way the spell works, do you just use it and it works?
Can you read it to me?
Destroy all enemy summons with less than 7 HP. It's a one-handed tome.
Yep, you can just use it, activate it, but clarify, I'm saying this now so you don't get me on it later. Summons. So if the enemy starts on the battlefield, that's not a summon. That's just an enemy. It's just a monster. Summons, as in it's brought from somewhere else during combat, okay? We're clear on that?
Does her stave count as summons when she brings something back to life, or is it a different process?
That's a necromancy.
Okay.
That's a little bit different. I'm talking summon from the
question.
summon skill.
Yeah. No, yes.
Yeah. But
was
good
asking
question.
if that like was a unique, if that was a
Mhm.
different thing.
Yeah, she can only what she can
Is
do
to-
with her staff. It's you. I feel like you figured this one out.
Yeah, no,
She
Yeah.
there has to be a corpse on the field. She walks up to the corpse. It's no longer a corpse. That is not a summon.
Question.
Yig.
So technically, in the rules of your universe, summoning yanks the creature from somewhere else, and like just
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
So could you just at the start of arena summon a thing that is already near you, and therefore make it into it? Like if you are right in front of it,
I'm gonna
if you're
say
right
if
next
it's
to a
in
creature,
control,
could you
if
summon
if another summoner currently has control over it, no, you're not allowed to do that. It will go for the
That would
next
be pretty
closest thing.
That's an unsummon that you have to do first.
Yeah, you gotta
No.
unsummon it first
Yeah,
and then
no,
summon it
but-
back.
No, but I'm
Unsummon.
talking like if you're like in the woods and there's like a tiger right there, right? And it's no one's tiger, but you use a summon skill. It
Yes,
teleports,
if it's
10
no
feet.
one's
It's like, what
tiger,
the
then
fuck?
yes.
And now
That is exactly how it
that
works.
is so
You're a tiger now
That's
that is
exactly
so
how it
fucked.
works.
for a while.
But if it's summoning, it's like how we said, wyverns will have something on their saddle where it's like, I am unsummonable. You cannot summon me, because I belong to somebody. It's like that. As soon as you summon something, it gets like a temporary tag on it, like I am unsummonable because I'm currently summoned. And then as you lose control of it when the battle ends, it becomes it disappears. Does that make sense? So yeah, no one's tiger if you encounter it in the woods. If it's someone's sicking it on you, then that's
Tiger.
probably someone's tiger.
Yeah.
Also, there are
But
no
what if they
tigers in
didn't
this
summon?
universe.
What if it's just like their pet tiger?
Then, yeah,
and it's
that's not a
summoned
summon.
Then it's
tiger.
still
That's not a
It's not a
summon.
So you
summon,
can
it's
but
element.
you
If
can summon their tiger.
if their tiger has like a collar on that says I'm unsummonable and you try to summon a tiger on your side, you're probably going to get mauled by their tiger because it's not going to work.
Why does it say I'm unsummonable though? If
What?
they're not a summon.
Because
Cuz
like they
no,
have
like the mount thing. Like if somebody owns an animal, they're probably going to protect that animal from being summoned. So if you try to summon someone's pet, it's probably not going to work because in
It's
this
probably not
But
universe,
in the theoretical, that necessitates that everyone, like, it specifically requires that everyone have anti-summoning,
yes,
whatever.
that's probably
of,
common.
like,
It's like
their
chipping your
creatures.
dog.
Does Godfried have that applied to Millicent?
Probably, yeah. I mean, Millicent's NPC item is her collar, so yeah, probably. Which she doesn't wear unless she's going out, but presumably
I think
she's protected.
I think this wrinkle is just something that makes it that makes the entire world
You're gonna
like
I-
2% funnier.
Also,
You know.
I don't be honest with you, Andrew. If you're going for the deploy Millicent tactic, she's not the closest one, and you're gonna be in danger.
No. I'm just
Yeah.
I'm more envisioning like the fun world where it's like you're on your way to the vet to get like your new cow like chipped basically, but like you have like a new cow that's like just reached adulthood. You're going to have it like gonna have it like sealed from summoning. You're like pulling it in the cart there, and then it just goes poof.
Yeah,
it's gone.
that's probably
And
happened
you're like,
before.
well, shit.
Yeah.
There's a reason why summoners usually go for like a wyvern or a like gargoyle because usually you're not gonna get like a
wyverns are
baby
funny.
cow to fight for
the
you.
Wyvern, well, no, but the wyverns are funny too because there's clearly wyvern farms. It's like, what if you have like an
In my head,
fresh-
it's like the kind of thing where if you're a wyvern, like from a wyvern farm, those things are in the egg for like a long time. They're like carving seals into those eggs. That thing is not leaving without somebody getting paid.
Yeah.
This is such funny lore. This is so silly. I
Listen,
love it.
this is world building. We gotta do it. We're cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not telling you off. It's
No,
just
this
deeply,
is fun.
It makes so much deeply funny.
Yeah, summons your tiger because you unlabeled
Like-
it. Your unlabeled tiger. I'll show you.
You just instantly get out a stamp and just newborn baby, stamp it.
Literally.
No,
Literally.
do not summon humans.
You can't. The only humans you can summon are like Sir Jean Eric, who's special.
Yeah.
And
He's more NPC than most NPC.
he's something. He's got his own lore. Don't worry about him. Anyways,
Oh my god.
I want to use him so badly.
you gotta have the skill that lets you summon Gene Eric to the battlefield. It's its own skill.
I'm just having a vision of like if the god there's this whole thing with the gods and like the god blood and divinity, dragon blood, divinity, whatever. But like, what if there's like not like a dark god, but just like the neutral, like the spirit of normality, like that you can be like the avatar of not special.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Oh my god, yes!
Okay, anyways, the blacksmith turns to you guys. Do you want to buy anything? That's me asking, not the blacksmith. He doesn't sound like that. Hey, y'all want to buy anything? Brandishes my hammer at you.
I think that I just want the staff. So, but I will ask if I wanted like a 2d20 staff, and I said it was doing magic damage. Would it then have a magic requirement and not a strength requirement?
Yes, it would have a magic requirement. And if it's 2d20, that would be a magic requirement of 20.
Okay, I could go higher.
Sorry, of 10. The first one's free. I apologize.
Oh, okay. Okay,
but
so
it
I
would
could do
cost
4d20.
Yeah. You could do up to a 4d20 healing staff.
Of getting fucked.
How much? That's like, is that like 8,000 gold or 80,000 gold? That's 8,000.
8,000, right? But also I don't think there is a base stave that does that.
Yeah, that's part of the trouble with having to use.
I think they're all like
staff.
D4s and D6s.
Yeah, because I was like, I would like to make a custom staff with a custom dice, but they don't have that.
I think if I put D20 staves in the game, that would give shields a run for their money as the most currently busted weapon type.
Yeah.
But if you can find someone to make you a custom base for a stave, which is not these blacksmiths.
Yeah, no, it makes sense, but it also is like with the HP increase, we are just accepting that we're just gonna lose a lot of HP, so I'm trying to keep up with it.
No, I get you. I'm not gonna say it's impossible to get a crazy high staff. I'm just gonna say I've done my best to make it hard.
Yeah.
For balance reasons that I promise are well informed.
Yeah.
Alright. The guy, as you're, perusing the goods, asking, getting a price quote, he asks if you guys are here for the event. Are you guys new to town? You're just passing by?
What the goddamn fuck was that?
Oh.
There's a little static for a sec.
Chippy saw
Okay, I thought it was something like auto playing and somewhere.
No, it wasn't you. Well, I think Edwin asks, what's the event?
Oh, well, Lady Cersei's come down from the capital on her way to the front lines, and she's brought a bunch of her undead soldiers, and well, at the arena, she's gonna show them off. Everyone's come to see them. They're really impressive.
Octavia hears this and makes an insight check.
What do you mean by show them off?
Oh, well, whenever she comes through, and she comes through a lot, this is kind of one of her haunts, I guess. The people like to see what's protecting them, and I don't know who they get to fight against them, usually just mercenaries or, wannabe arena masters, but, she, shows, the people what she's got under his sleeve, and when I hear, they're breaking out the heavy weaponry this time. What with what's happening at the border, I completely understand, but they're delving into some important tombs, let's just say. Nobility type.
Wow.
I rolled a nat 20. Do I have an idea where Klaus is gonna send us?
Klaus? I mean, you can put a couple things together and say maybe he wants you to in some way deal with this situation.
Octavia has a sinking suspicion it is, oh, we are going to fight her in the arena. That's gonna be us. I think like as soon as it's
Yeah.
behind Edwin, you see Octavia's face turn into neutral face of regret.
Neutral face of regret.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he kind of just continues yammering on about what's going on. He says, yeah, if you walk through the park, people are they're really pulling out all the stops because, well, once Lady Cersei goes to the front lines, she probably won't be back for a little bit, so they want to get their moment in, if you know what I'm talking about. Did you bring anything?
What for?
You know, for Lady Cersei to resurrect.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Ah, that's a shame. Maybe next time. Well, gods forbid, but maybe next time.
Yeah.
But she's probably taking all of them on their way out, so this place is about to get a lot less crowded in more ways than one.
Well, we'll definitely have to check it out.
Yeah, the park's just down the road from here. You can't really miss it. Well, the event's cool and all. I can't say I enjoy the smell.
Yeah, I see how that would be a problem.
But you should definitely stop by the show. It's I think later today. That's why there's so many people coming in all at once.
Mm-hmm.
They want to get good seats. All the good ones are probably full by now, but that's fine. It's a big theater type situation. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to get going before they start, though.
Oh, yeah. Edwin probably turns to see who is listening and sees Octavia is right there.
Sorry, I just saw the face in the chat.
That's the face Octavia is making. If you want to show the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Valente has the beautiful TBH stare, of course.
Yeah.
Gare is next to Valente. Gare is making a face. He went on a face journey during this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he realized they were talking about human corpses, he's got kind of like, I don't know how to describe it other than DreamWorks face of disgust. Like very exaggerated like horror. But he's like kind of like schooling it back a little bit as you're talking.
Yeah, Valente gently puts a hand on his shoulder so that he has like something to ground him so that he isn't like very visually showing his upset.
Yeah,
like,
his face calms and he loops an arm around your back, like on your waist a little bit and leans into you slightly. Not saying anything, but like he exhales in a way that says, "Man."
Yeah.
All right.
Oh boy.
Anything else
We gotta
you want
get to the church. Sorry.
do you know where the church is?
How about we ask if actually we need to meet up with a friend in the church?
You just ask. We just were talking about it. You can just ask where it is. Oh.
Okay.
Wait, no, the church is not where the thing was. Sorry, I misthought, I guess.
You're good.
Okay.
If you want to ask, you can ask him. He's perfectly happy to talk to you guys right now.
Hmm.
I think Octavia speaks up. Hopefully we'll get the chance. We actually need to meet up with someone in the church. They said to meet us by St. Alicia's.
Can you make an insight check?
Okay.
Can I also make an insight
Go
check?
ahead.
Since
Yeah. Oh God, what does that mean?
6.
16.
The 6, you don't really get much from him. He's still very much doing his customer service sort of vibe. But with a 16, you can see, as soon as you say St. Alicia's, he kind of like, his expression like kind of falters for a second before, just kind of going back to its regular, smile. He says, St. Alicia's, not too many people asking for directions there. Well, it's you gotta go through the park still. But maybe 2 streets back from the park. You can't miss it. It's kind of amongst the residences. Big, tall building. Weird place to meet a friend.
Why?
Well, you know, it's kind of well, I mean, people can have their own beliefs as much as they want. I'm not judging them on that. Just given, you know, the festival that's going on, it's a weird place to meet, I guess.
I think Octavia has the expression of like, bro, we are new in town.
Yeah.
He's gonna make an insight check about that.
Right or wrong.
He's gonna make an insight check. He seems to get that you guys like don't know what that means. And he relaxes a little bit. He's like, yeah, Saint Alicia's. They're well, they don't really believe in resurrection stuff. So you can imagine, you know, with the festival going on and everything, not too many people are raring to go there. But yeah, if you're just meeting a friend, it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine anyway. I each their own.
Okay. I think Octavia has the expression of like, wow, big balls to set up the no resurrection church in the haunt of the lady who does a lot of resurrection shit.
Yeah, he kind of like, now that you've talked to him, you can see that his smile is kind of like slightly more forced. But he asks you again, like, anywhere else I can direct you towards? Or, you know, anything you'd like to purchase?
I think out of pity, Octavia takes. You know what? Do you guys want me to put ambition on one of the babies? Do you want me to buy ambition? I can buy.
I mean, we have
ambition.
plenty of money. You definitely can.
Juice up one of
Okay,
these
I'm gonna
babies.
I'm gonna buy ambition. I'll buy ambition.
Okay.
Here,
He warms right up as soon as you do.
Yeah. Okay, I'm putting that in the convoy for whenever we need it.
Mm-hmm. My brain is being typed on.
Someone's typing.
It's more like my spinal cord. You're typing on my vertebrae, and they're making a clicking noise.
It's like playing the xylophone.
Oh, Cheppy, you need help with the spelling? It's Saint
Oh, it's just
Alicia,
one guy.
Alicia.
Oh, Saint
Yeah.
Alicia. I
Yeah.
thought it was something more fantasy. Never
No,
mind.
It's Alicia, like the
No.
woman's name.
Yeah, I pronounced it like a different way you can say the name, which also I think sells how Octavia doesn't know shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess you could also say Alessia. Depends on
Yeah.
who you are. Okay. So you guys want to head there? You guys want to head over? You want to do something else? What's the scoop?
Do we know? Are we supposed to actually know who Saint Alicia is, or do we not know shit?
You can ask, or you can make a
No,
history check.
no.
I wanna make a history check.
Go
I'm
ahead.
asking, is this information we as players are privy to, or
No,
is this?
No.
you don't know anything as players currently.
Yeah, okay. This is at some point someone renamed
26.
half the world. Someone renamed half the world, and I missed like a good half. Someone will say a name now, and I'm like, yes, that one. Which one are you now?
Edwin with a
Mine is
20. Oh.
No, go ahead.
Oh,
Sorry.
I was gonna say, with a 26, Edwin, you have like the vaguest recollection of Alicia being a historical name. From your recollection, you think it's like she's not a crusader. Obviously, she's not a crusader. But she's like kind of like someone who was probably in their circle at one point or another. Like, you know, maybe an advisor, a court mage, something to that degree. But she's not the most important guy in history, but she's in the books.
Yeah, she's just mentioned.
Yeah. Maybe more of like a
feel like-
local thing than an
Yeah.
I almost said
I feel
international man of
yeah.
food. That's not his face just popped into my head.
I feel
Wait.
like
Whose face?
The international man of food.
I don't know what that is, but
Google
I'm
it.
excited to find out. What
I
does that
feel like-
mean?
I feel like Edwin like heard that name to begin with back when we were talking about it from like the note, and he just assumed everyone else knew that who that was.
And Octavia's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is not a useful explainer.
What do you mean? Maybe we'll learn more if we go to the church.
This is a Tumblr page that's like stark black and white with a link. Click here to see examples. It leads to a 404.
Oh, they killed
You-
International Man of Food. Here's what he looks like. Sorry, I just gotta get International Man of Food for Cheppy. Give me one
This
moment,
is-
please. There he is.
Okay,
Don't ask why
so
this
that's what
popped into my head.
Wow.
I don't
Is this like
right,
progressive
but like
game?
I don't know.
okay, so the blog that posted that doesn't exist.
That is so sad.
Uh,
They took him out back.
every link I've found leading to something that supposedly was part of this is just like a dead link.
International Man of Lost Media? Anyways, get back on track with me. Come back to me, Chevy. Come back to me, Chevy. Okay, Edwin was talking about Alicia. Sorry.
No, yeah,
He was not talking about Alicia.
He was specifically not telling people unless they ask.
Mm-hmm.
Octavia figures we're gonna learn at the church, so let's go to the church if everyone's
Yeah.
cool with that.
Okay. So in order to get to the church, as said before, you're gonna want to go through the park. Which seems to be where the throng of people is headed anyways. And as you enter the park, you are immediately hit with a curious smell. It smells like flowers, very intensely of flowers. Do you want to make
They're
a
Febrezing the corpse smell.
Do you want to make a
Yeah.
perception check?
Yeah. 15.
Okay.
9.
Okay. Well, as you enter the park, you can see, presumably in a normal day with no festival or event or anything, this would just be a normal park. There's benches, there's trees, there's grass. It's what you'd expect. It's a pretty big park, too. This is a large city of several tens of thousands of people. So, it stretches on it's kind of like a long park and you're just walking across. So you're going the short way. But you can see it stretches on either direction quite a bit. And currently this park is full of people. There's food vendors, there's, kids playing in the meager spots of empty grass. And most importantly, there are hundreds and hundreds of raised handmade wooden plinths decorated with homemade art and possessions. Each one appears to have a shrouded corpse on top. And around, people are talking and gathering, enjoying food and drink, just kind of neighborly behavior amongst this field of dead bodies.
Right.
Amalthea pinches her nose closed.
This is about this is about what it was like when I opened up that fucking rubber Elden Ring mask a few days.
Yeah.
Death
No,
in
it
my
smells
room.
like flowers. It smells like flowers. And you can see why, because there's a gigantic kind of almost parade float full of roses
Yeah.
parked at what you presume to be the middle of the park. That is just emanating and clearly there to cover up a stench and a half. Some of these bodies are fresh, you can tell. And some of them are really not fresh. As in, exhumated.
Things I do not know about, but are alarming to stitch together mentally nonetheless. Hollis just told Edwin in the dream that his older sister died and is probably going to be necromancy semi-recently.
Yeah, she's probably already out there, I think is what he said.
I wonder if she's here.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Wouldn't
I'll
that
just
be fucked up
casually
of
walk,
Sam to
yeah.
drop right now?
presumably, if she died on the battlefield, they probably wouldn't waste all the energy of bringing her back to this random city to resurrect her, and they would just hit her up right there where she fell. But also,
They
who
set up a
knows? Maybe
parade
I'm evil.
They set up a parade float full of corpses. Like, what do you?
Based on the attire of some of these corpses that are not shrouded, you can assume they are locals. The necropolis
Ugh.
is empty today.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
Bring out your dead.
Literally, but like in a fun way,
Yeah.
like in a party way. Anyways,
Yeah.
anything you want to do in this area, or are you just walking through?
Anything noteworthy? I mean, we perception checked.
Um,
Anything like?
aside from the many corpses and
Mhm.
there's people walking around that you could talk to. If you want food, there's food vendors. But nothing seems
Don't
to
want
stand
food.
out specifically as far as like, there's nobody having like an outburst or anything. There's no commotion. It seems to just kind of be like a big block party, but with more dead people.
Octavia is not gonna make a scene, but it's very clear that she's like, let's find the church.
Yeah. We didn't see like Cersei herself.
You want to make a perception check?
Sure.
Yeah.
17.
No, you don't see Cersei anywhere, but her family house banner is on the walls of this park currently as temporary decor. You can see her house, House Ascanius. It's a little bird sitting in a nest on top of some eggs.
That's cute.
Yeah. It is a cute bird. It's like a songbird.
Oh.
Not something scary.
Nice. Yeah.
Yep.
A man waves at you guys and asks if you would like a sausage from one of the booths.
How much
Oh.
is it? She's like
10
trying to play
gold.
it as normal. Can I roll to see if that's
Excessive.
excessive?
Sure, go ahead.
What would that be?
You can make a insight check.
Okay.
Hmm.
Let's go insight. 19.
It might be a gold coin or two over the average, but this isn't.
Octavia, I think, makes a smile. Is like, I bet business goes well for you on days like this.
Sure is. Would you like one?
Sure.
Okay.
Octavia, give him 10 gold.
Okay, he hands you a warm sausage in a bun.
Cool.
Enjoy!
Sorry, I need to. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. And he goes to serving other customers.
Cool.
You may add
I don't
warm
know.
sausage to your non-combat inventory, or add it to your mouth.
Oh.
I think she just turns to Amalthea and hands her the sausage.
Oh, Malthea kind of gasps a little bit as you hand her stuff. She's like, "Oh, food." Hey!
And Octavia's
she-
like,
She horfs it
sure
down.
thing. And then and Octavia, I'm not really that hungry right now.
Alright. Amalthea has eaten the sausage.
God, I hope that
Cool.
was just like pork or something.
It appears to not
It
have
was.
anything to do with corpses because they want those to be as pristine as possible. They're not gonna feed you
For the
bodies.
Still.
skeleton war.
Yeah, they have to go fight in the skeleton war. Y'all milling around the park anymore, or you want to keep going on your quest?
I think I like us to get to the church, unless anyone has any other plans. Octavia does not want to be in this vicinity for as long as
The cloying
excessive
smell
2
of
points.
roses is beginning to stick to your clothing.
Yeah, let's not.
Octavia is itching to use the slug bracelet.
It's just a smell.
She knows why
It
there's
could
a
be
smell.
worse. It could be the corpse smell sticking.
Octavia kind of does Edward say that out loud?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's not like within. It's not like within like earshot of
No,
anyone else.
no
I
one's
assume
listening
because
to
there's
you.
other people around that know. But like we're walking around, there's no one else, and Octavia's like, I like it's like the smell's getting
Oh,
in my
hold on.
clothes.
There
and
was like
Edwin,
a visual for the
yeah,
pork.
yeah,
You're in the pork.
and Edwin's like, well, at least
Lovely.
it's not the corpse smell.
But Octavia
I
has
should have put a bunch
moment
of skeletons. I forgot.
This town's about to
Octavia,
give
like,
this town's
God.
about to give the fucking Inca Empire a run for their money. Oh god.
Goodness. Octavia pauses, looks at Edwin, is like, I know you're right, but it's still not comfortable.
All right. As you guys make your way out of the park, you follow the blacksmith's directions towards the residential part of town, and you very quickly come across a building that can't be anything else but a church. It is about twice the height of any of the surrounding buildings and made of dark, ancient stone.
Oh, like the temples we've been to.
Do you want to make some kind of check? You can make it. There's a couple different checks you can
Can
make.
it be history?
Sure, you can make a history check.
31.
The rock type is similar, but this is clearly a mortal construction based on the fact that there
Okay.
is brickwork.
Okay.
So maybe repurposed material, but the actual like
Mhm.
face of it is
The architecture.
Yeah, the architecture's you'd say maybe like draconic in origin. Like this is like ancient empire kind of vibe. This building is probably far older than the city it is in.
Oh boy.
Okay.
No wonder Klaus knew
Normal.
about it.
And you notice that the few people that are milling around on this side of town, probably the residents making their way towards the arena or the park, none of them are going in this building.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if they would go in maybe regularly, this is not the day for it. Which is good for us. Hopefully.
Yeah. So, are you guys going on in?
Yep.
All right. As you go in, you can see that the inside is pretty dark, but it is lit by candles and stuff to the best of their abilities. It's not like purposefully spooky. It's just that kind of old building. Hold on. Let me get my image. Sorry, you only saw the park for like 2 seconds.
That's okay.
It's okay. Ooh.
I'll put
Ooh.
Octavia's on the podium. She's gonna give a speech.
Why do I feel like I know where that is?
I was just gonna say this looks like exactly
Italy.
like somewhere I just was in Elden Ring.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. All cathedrals
Like
kind of look like
Melchior
From
Manor.
Software game.
Kate's wife, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But yeah, you enter the building and you can see that this is it's like a pretty fancy place. There's stained glass, in thin little windows. It's kind of almost a similar construction, like, layout wise, to the big stone cube in, what is it fucking called? Arwell. Sorry, I forgot the name of it. That was a long time ago.
All good.
But they've filled in the tall windows with glass. It's pretty well lit. There's benches and stuff, but no citizens seem to be inside. You notice maybe like an altar boy or attendant at the front of the room, kneeling before a statue.
Okay. What's the statue of?
It is a man with a big axe.
Our buddy. Oh.
Octavia thinking about the last time they met Null and says, fuck you, Null.
Oh, we gotta be nice to him.
As the door behind you creaks, closed. The attendant raises their head and turns to look at you. It's the guy from the bar.
Oh.
Oh.
He slowly gets to his feet, and approaches you. He says, "Hello, welcome to the church. How can I be of service today? Have you come to pray?"
Yes, in fact.
"I see. Let me escort you to one of our private rooms. Please, come with me."
Thank you. That would be wonderful.
The man leads you away from the central chamber to one of the smaller office-like rooms on the sides. And after letting all of you file in, he enters behind you, closes the door, and immediately his mannerisms change. He takes off the like kind of hood he was wearing, and you can see, it's absolutely the same guy. He's got the same like sandy blonde hair. And he's got a much more like serious expression on now. And he says, "I'm very glad you could make it. My name is Micah. It's been excellent corresponding with you."
Oh, you did great art.
He pauses for a second. He says, "Thank you."
Octavia wanted to be like,
Uh, and as you're looking at this guy, you notice that you're not alone in this room. There's someone else in this room.
Wait, first, does this guy have art?
No, he doesn't. But I meant to draw him art, and I'm really sad.
It's okay. We can wait.
Have we heard the
We can
name
be
Micah
patient.
before?
Yeah, he's the guy who he collected the intelligence for the
yeah, he collects the intelligence and
He's
makes
the guy that writes
makes
those lists of targets.
What does he look
Ah.
like?
He's a average height man with sandy blonde hair, cut real short, kind of like a buzz cut almost. He's currently wearing priestly robes.
Yeah.
Before he was wearing normal kind of working man outfit.
Yeah.
So presumably he is a spy of some sort.
Yeah.
He looks startlingly average. Like uncomfortably average. Like you could
He's
picture
so
him
good
doing
at-
anything.
Yeah.
That's why he's so good at his job.
Yeah.
He definitely doesn't
Alright.
look like he's from Finbar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you notice you're not alone in this room, and this is a little not a little office. It's like an average size office. You're not cramped in there. But there's a guy sitting at the desk, with kind of long white hair. He doesn't look too old, maybe like in his 30s. And he's sitting at the desk, and he looks at all of you, and then at Micah, and then he says, "Oh, is this the group?" To which Micah says, "Yes. Yes,
Hold on.
these people are trustworthy."
Long white hair.
Mhm.
Does he look anything like that guy in the thing?
Alas, no.
No.
No,
Okay.
this is a different guy.
Yeah. Okay. I just had to check.
I'm thinking of Daphnis though right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Micah walks up to this guy and says, "This is Sir Aberdassus. He is going to be assisting us for a brief time."
Does he have art?
He does not. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm
that's
sorry.
fine.
I've been so ill,
Okay.
you see.
No.
Also, trust me, there's art coming up. Trust me.
Okay, no, I just have to check because I know also you forget sometimes. So I'm like, do they have art?
No, yeah,
Can we
no.
see?
It's so bad. I want to do art for more characters, but I'll have to go
Yeah.
back and do it. It's fine. I was focusing on
Mhm.
something more important, art-wise.
Understandable.
But Mr. Aberdassus folds his hands and he says, "So, which one of you has come to learn from me? I assume only one will suffice." And then Micah kind of waves his hands like, "I haven't even begun to explain what the plan
Okay.
is." And the
Yeah.
man sits back in his chair like, "Oh, all right, get on with it."
That might be cool, but okay.
Yeah.
Micah steps up and he says, "Since you're here, I assume that means you are amicable to assisting King Klaus with his noble mission of ridding the continent of certain forces." He looks at you expectantly.
Octavia nods.
Yeah.
General
Excellent.
nodding.
Yeah.
Well then, in that case, we have a bit of a, I guess you could say, side project for you. I realize that you're probably on your way to the capital right now, but as you can probably tell from the crowd outside, an opportunity has arisen for something that will make all of our lives a little bit easier. You see, I'm sure you've heard, but Lady Circe is in town, and while I don't expect any assassinations to take place at this very moment, considering the great crowd around
Mhm.
the area, it would be extremely obvious and not very tactical. I do believe you can help us with something else. You see, I'm sure you've heard much of her exploits in the noble tombs, and I would ask that you assist me in relieving her of some of her assets, so to
Ah,
speak.
Ah.
of course. That was
Mhm.
kind of what I was guessing, just based on the whole situation. There's a lot.
There There is a lot, yes, and I realize that seems like quite the task that I'm asking you. You walk through the park on the way here. I'm not expecting you to immolate every corpse you come upon, um, but I do have a request. You see, she's, as I said, digging through noble catacombs at this point for what we would refer to as high value items. Um, and I would ask that, with the assistance of Sir Aberdassus right here, you would prevent her from resurrecting certain corpses repeatedly. You see, my friend here has a special talent. He can sever the connection of one's soul from their body, making them unable to be resurrected from the dead. And he is amicable to teaching one of you this ability so that you might be able to enact it if you were to perhaps find the opportunity.
What would be that class? Sam?
It is the Exorcist.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that would do it, wouldn't it? That would be the
Yeah.
class for that.
Mhm.
So,
Oh,
Spark Notes.
boy.
Micah wants you to learn the Exorcist class from this priestly guy here, and
Mhm.
somehow get up close and personal to Circe and her little gang, and make sure that she no longer has a little gang. And he goes forward to explain more about what he knows, and he says,
Mhm.
she has 4 noble generals currently resurrected and on her side. I assume she has more, but they've already been sent to the front lines. There's nothing we could do about that. But we can do something about what's here currently. And as a reward, as this is extra work I would be asking of you, aside from whatever Lord Klaus has assigned, I would provide you items of high value in exchange for their severed heads. The 4 generals, that is.
Where are the
Okay.
condemnations?
What?
Where's the condemnations?
What do you mean?
In
Where?
inherent
They're
skills.
they're in
Alright,
inherent skills.
I see.
He says, the one corpse of specific to impress upon you the severity of what's going on here. One of the noble corpses is of the Empress's own mother. So you can
Oh.
only imagine
Oh.
the importance of this job I'm bestowing on you right now, should you
Hey,
choose to accept it.
Yeah. How's Gare looking about that?
Gare looks uncomfortable, but Gare, just to be clear, that is not his
Mhm.
mother.
Ah,
Yeah, it's not his mom.
okay.
Gare was born after his
That's
dad
right.
split from the capital. That is not his mother, but he's obviously like, huh.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't think she wants to be a corpse buddy. You'd be doing her a favor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Micah seems to look around and get this vibe from all you guys, like, oh, geez. And he nods and says, yes, I'm sure you can tell the severity of this. And, well, needless to say, were you to complete this task, not only would your future work be easier, but also King Klaus's work would be easier. So should you choose to accept it, my friend here will bequeath one of you the knowledge, and you can get on your way. I'm afraid I can't help you with actually getting in front of these generals, but, well, she's slated to fight in the arena relatively soon, so perhaps you could figure out some way to, replace the group of soldiers she's hired to be her opponents.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna be the ones who have to do that.
What out of character. Who are we thinking for the exorcist or class?
Ooh.
I was gonna say Gare doesn't have an altar class yet.
Yeah, Garrett doesn't have an altar class.
And this one he
What
doesn't have to
is-
learn from an
Take
altar.
care
What
to
is
church.
required? What is required of an exorcist, like stats wise? Anything?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Need to learn it from an exorcist. As a bonus action, exorcise a unit or corpse. Upon the target's death, they will not be resurrectable under any circumstances. If target is living, they gain the condemnation exorcised. So when they do die, you're gone.
Yeah,
Be gone,
Gare's
find
pretty
everyone.
durable
It
right now, so
doesn't
we can get him
require-
up to people, you know.
There's no magic checks involved
Nope.
in the process
You
at
just
any
do it.
point.
Yeah.
Even the condemnation can't be removed or
You-
anything.
Condemnations famously can't be removed. That's the whole point of them.
I mean, Gare would be ironic,
Yeah.
poetically, considering,
Yeah.
you
Make
know,
him anti-Mordred even further.
Making him the anti-Mordred. Well, technically it's not Mordred related,
Mhm.
technically. But
No, but yeah, anti-Mordred's girlfriend.
yeah, anti-Mordred's girlfriend.
We're just
Well,
furthering the family beef.
Yeah. Here's the thing though, like, okay, I think
Mhm.
do we have moments in group to like consider like, okay, who's gonna learn? Who's
Yeah,
gonna do this?
Micah gives you a moment to talk, but he says you have to stay in this room. Like, he's
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah.
Understandable. I think everyone like huddles up
Yeah.
and Octavia goes, okay, I'm not looking forward to learning how we're supposed to replace those guys in the arena, but
Micah from the
take
background.
one thing at a time.
Micah from the background is gonna cut in. He says, you don't have to kill them. You don't have to do that. In fact, I think that would be the worst possible way to do it. That would attract an
No,
incredible
I'm not
amount of
talking
attention.
About killing them. I'm talking about how much of bribe we're gonna need to give them, Micah.
He shrugs. He says, well, everyone has a number.
Yeah, everyone
I
does.
mean, yeah.
Archibald has a look on his face of deep in thought, but also he's about to say something very stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What is he about to say?
I don't suppose that they'd take, I don't know, baked goods or something.
Micah stares
has a
at you like
moment
you're
and is
stupid.
I would need to. Octavia takes a moment and looks at Micah's like, "Do you guys have a kitchen?"
Aberdasses looks at you and
can't
says, of course we have a kitchen.
And I use it.
Why do you... Can I ask why?
You gotta make bread.
They both look at you now. Micah looks at the other guy like, oh, maybe this is not the right group for this specific...
Octavia
Well, they
sighs
can't,
is
they
like,
can't be
"It's-
in the fight if they eat something and get unwell, I think is the...
Yeah, that's the main thing.
You
It would be like-
intend on poisoning. Genius.
It wouldn't be. It wouldn't, is it? Does he say genius in terms of sarcasm or like?
No, he's like, yeah, That works. Non-violent. Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't cause a
cool.
scene.
Thumbs up. Yeah, wasn't. Got it.
Before you leave, if he could just teach one of you.
Yeah. Understand, but we still got to think of that. Sorry, skipping ahead. Apologies. There were so many roses smell my. Anyway, okay. So who here feels up to doing it? It doesn't mean you have to take down the generals. It just means you will need to learn how to sever their ties.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Just like out of character, will he teach more than one person?
Yeah. He'll teach more than one
Okay.
person.
Because like I don't want to replace. This isn't.
You
for,
could
like,
all take it
strategy,
if you wanted.
Yeah, because I don't
Yeah.
want to. I don't think I ever want to take off Edwin's Son of Heaven, or he'll immediately implode. But
Yeah.
Edwin in character would love to learn how to do this.
Yeah.
Edwin wants to learn how to rip people's souls out of their bodies. Love that
He
for
wants
him.
to know how it works.
Yeah. Well, it works.
So
You
how
put
it
your hand in their
Edwin-
soul, and then it comes
yeah.
out.
Yeah, Edwin looking up at you with big wet eyes, like, you got blasphemy in there.
The priest nods. Yes. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
That's why they hate us.
Think-
This works on corpses, right? Like it only works on, or no,
It
it
works on the
people,
living.
but
I don't recommend it.
it only stops people from being resurrected. It's not.
The
Right.
body won't be destroyed. No, just the
I-
soul released from its bounds.
No. It's just there's no way to, stop someone from doing necromancy. The other end of the thing.
I suppose you could take away whatever they're using to do the necromancy, but, well, it's easier to just stop the problem at the corpse.
I
Of course.
have an out of character question also. Again,
Yay.
sorry.
Hi.
So it's like our task is like, go to this thing and exercise as many of these corpses as possible, especially the important ones. The severed head thing, is that the same task?
That's bonus points. He's gonna give you
Okay.
special expensive items you can either keep or sell, if for every head you bring back.
Okay, and I assume they have to be important.
Yes, the 4 important hits. You can't just bring
Okay.
random skeleton number 4. He doesn't care about that one.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't.
He
quite-
appreciates
didn't quite
it,
grab that one.
And
Yeah.
you only have to exercise those 4. The other ones, they're it's an undead soldier, so like if you want to, that's good, but like
Yeah.
he's worried about these 4.
Okay.
The noble corpses.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I still think Gare is probably one of the better options because he is very like survivable and durable and can get up there.
Yeah.
We're not worried
And
about
also
him
he
imploding.
has
And he
and he
doesn't
has
have
no altar class, so I am good with Gare. I think Octavia is like, hey Gare.
Gare looks at you. Yeah?
I think it's time you learn something about exercising.
His
corpses.
eyes bulge a little bit. He's like, why do you want me to do it? Edwin's the magic guy.
Here is the thing.
Edwin, like, I want to learn it too.
Oh, see, he's
Yeah,
got
he
it.
does-
He's handling it.
Okay,
I don't want to get too...
We should have multiple people know how to do this.
I
Yeah,
don't like
and-
putting my hands on dead people.
It's okay that you don't have to do it when they're dead, I don't think.
Gare looks at you.
Octavia also looks at Edwin and is like, that's not
Well,
the point here.
the soul is already there when you're alive.
Ain't they already dead? Right? She's a necromancer. Can you necromance alive people?
No, but, well, I guess I don't know how it works entirely yet, but
Yeah.
I don't think it would. I mean, how about this? We'll go learn it, and then if you really, really don't like it, you don't have to do it, because I'll do it. But I have to heal everyone too, is the thing.
Yeah, that's the problem. Edwin already has a lot of jobs he needs to juggle. Gare, that is the thing. And I know it sucks, and I'm so sorry that I'm asking you this, but I am not asking this to make you feel uncomfortable. I'm asking this with the hope that it's more of a reassurance that all of us get out of this okay.
Gare's mouth forms an unsure, wiggly line for a second, and then he lets out a breath. And he says, "There's no harm in just learning it, I guess. No harm
And
in
think of
that."
it this way. And think of it this way. Every guy that you exercise, you'll never have to fight them again, no matter how many times people with necromancy show up.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true. You know what? Yeah, I like the sound of that. Get them out of our way. He shakes a little bit, but he'll do it.
Mm-hmm. Listen, okay, does anyone else want to do it besides Edwin and Garrett? Listen, if I don't think Octavia currently should go into the battle with Exorcist, but she will learn it for like as solidarity with them. Like, okay, let's do some blasphemy, everybody.
Is
Yeah.
this blasphemy?
It's not
Oh,
blasphemy, it's
blasphemy.
just a differing in opinion.
It's
Yeah,
Blasphemy is
Two
don't-
sects of a very similar belief system.
Mm-hmm.
Two
True.
branches. They're cousins.
Once again, Inca Empire right now, like, woo! Go corpses.
Yeah. Alright, so he's gonna teach it to Edwin and Gare, so you can add that to your sheet. Can someone add
Okay.
it to Gare's as well?
I'll add it to Gare's.
I have to
Okay.
pee again, so we're gonna take a quick break.
Yeah, I also need to pee.
Go.
Okay.
Okay, Edwin is also Edwin puts on a little priest outfit and then takes it off.
Nice. Oh. Yeah, Gare also gets a priest outfit. Good for him. He gets another cool little outfit.
I'm gonna go run this the corpse of this pear I have sitting on my table downstairs. I'll be back.
Okay. Okay, added that. Okay, actually, I'm gonna go a quick bathroom break too, Dwyer. Be right back.
Okay.
Wahoo!
Mario.
It's me, Mario.
It's me, Luigi.
I'm cold.
Blanket.
Good idea. Me when I'm in the fucking banky. Oh yeah, baby, let's go. My mic wants to be in my mouth so bad. Ugh.
Oh, you know what I'm thinking about?
Yeah.
What?
My favorite crumble cookie flavors.
Mmm.
Nice.
Yummy.
And I deserve it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. You do.
Yeah, you
You
do.
do.
Yo.
Yeah. We're talking about cookies.
No.
I want. You know what I want? Like a red velvet cookie right now.
It's the
Ooh.
one that's they have the I like it is the doing really good with the words. It's a Muddy Buddy one.
Mmm. That sounds good too.
It's that one, blueberry muffin, churro,
Mmm.
semi-sweet chocolate chunk, which that's like triple chocolate chip, which is better, and then classic sugar. I like the triple chocolate chip one better because the cookie is chocolate, and so it's more like a chocolate experience. I
Mhm.
don't like chocolate chip cookies. I don't like them
Mhm.
with a lot of. I would prefer the chocolate be more bitter actually,
Mhm.
and it be less of it. But there's so much, and I'm
Mhm.
like,
I'm
either
back.
go all the way or get it out of there.
Mhm. No, I get you. Hi, Jakey.
Hi.
All right, is
But
everybody back?
if you try to make a chocolate chip cookie with no chocolate chips in it, it doesn't work.
Yeah, because it's just tasteless, kind of.
The dough does like fucks up.
Maybe I'll make chocolate chip cookies tomorrow. I have to see if I have enough stuff.
Yeah.
Gookie.
Oh, I can share with you the recipe I made for chocolate chip cookies for my class.
Ooh, you can, yeah. I usually just use the one from the back of the
Okay.
bag, but if you have a better one, I'm on that.
I liked the texture on these ones. It called for cornstarch.
Ooh, okay. I'll have to go to the store, but maybe I'll give them a try. Send me the recipe. All right, is everybody back?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do in this church or talk to Micah about or Mr. Aberdassus?
I would like to make bread. I need 3 herbs.
Oh,
please.
yes. Micah shows you to the meager
Just in
kitchen, which
case.
has all that you need. And you are able to easily craft a loaf of drug bread.
Dubious bread.
Dubious bread, yes.
Thank you.
Um,
Listen, guys. Let's see. I made it extra potent to be like, go to sleep. Go to sleep.
is the is this church perhaps a shrine?
There was a big statue of a guy.
Mm-hmm.
You can go investigate it if you'd like.
I would love to.
As you go investigate it, it appears, yes, this is, in fact, a shrine.
Nice.
Cool.
To Lord Null. Would you like to know what it gives you?
Mm-hmm. Do I have to roll for it?
Yes.
Or...
Go ahead and make a perception check. Or, you know what? Make a history check. Because it's like...
thank God.
Okay.
22.
So, you're...
I rolled a 2.
The 500 gold altar class is warrior. The 1000 gold altar class is assassin. The weapon, which costs 10 blessed oak, is achievement. The skill, which costs 20 blessed oak, is corrosion. And the weapon upgrade, if you have major holy blood, is plus 10 defense resistance. Unit takes half damage from sword attacks.
Damn.
Anything anyone would want?
Sorry, I'm checking the skills.
Yeah.
Achievement.
Achievement is the axe. Corrosion is the skill. Corrosion is an active.
That's right. That's what Nal did.
Yeah, guy who throws up all over your stuff. I mean, where do you think he learned it from?
Now
Himself.
Okay,
Yeah.
achievement. Effective against flying enemies. +1 uses to all active skills. +5 to acrobatics checks. It's 2d12 physical. It takes skill 10 and strength 15. I don't know. I think we could give that to Gare when he can't use the other act. I know he's a sword guy though. But the +1 uses
He
to
is
all
a sword
active
guy.
skills.
Here's the thing.
Mhm.
it depends, because like 3 of his skills are like it. He can use it. His wisdom. Oh yeah, that's his
Yeah.
wisdom. So he has 5 uses on clarity, and he has 3 uses on revenge and cauterize. And most of the time,
Oh, he doesn't
I
use
only
it.
use each of those. I only each use them once.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the other thing is, here is his current inventory. He
Is
has
it
Garrus
full?
Longsword. He has Judgment. He
Mm-hmm.
has Unsteady Knife. He has Tower's Chimera. He has Amethyst Choker, and he has a Water Blessing. So
Okay.
he has 1 spot currently open, but I think we wanted that for the Polished Gem Staff.
Oh yeah, but
But
he's not gonna get that till after this next combat because I assume we need to rush to that.
true. Yeah, we do need to rush that. That's true. So honestly, if you do want to give him achievement, that's fine.
Well,
I'm
how
fine
much
with
damage
that.
is Judgment again?
It is 2d12.
Okay, that's what this is. So that's fine. He doesn't need this
Okay. Does
unless you want the
anyone want to be
effective
an
against flying.
assassin?
Well, effective against flying enemies with a 2d12 is a 4d12 effectively. So
But yeah. Yeah. Judgment is effective against dragons, but it depends on when we interact with dragons.
it's fine if
Um,
we don't wanna. I'm just suggesting that it can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. What do you guys think?
I think it's
Give
up to
Gare
you.
the axe?
It is up
Oh.
to you.
Fire, Cheppy?
Oh.
Sorry,
No, you're good.
my butt hurts.
It'd be like that.
Oh.
Oh.
What? Yeah, I was
have
just
a bony
thinking.
ass. Okay. What's
Real.
the axe?
What?
It's achievement. It is
Okay, that's right.
yeah. Okay.
I kept spacing out and being like, it's what again? But now I'm here.
Mhm.
That's a pretty good axe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Also, assassin as an altar class, deal effective damage against all foes as long as unit is using a one-handed weapon and striking from 10 feet away. Is also kind of popping, but I think that a lot of us
So
are using
it's
two-handed
10
stuff.
feet.
That's
Yeah, okay,
melee
that's the-
range.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, Val, do you want to have assassin? Potentially. You have a one-handed thing?
Val be like
Okay.
assassinates you.
Hmm.
Is it just
This
murder?
is how we get brutality, guys.
It's always murder. Always has been.
Yeah, the achievement does sound good in terms of that. So like, if we're all good with that, we can buy that for
You-
gear. I'm good with that.
Hey, Samantha,
But what are you thinking?
do claws count as... Because each one is in one hand.
Are they officially listed as one or two-handed?
Great question.
Dragon claws are one-handed.
Then they're one-handed.
Fascinating.
Archibald punches the hell out of you. Assassinated! Sparkly!
Yeah, is it worth replacing like Son of Earth or Dark Prince? I don't know about that one.
Up to you.
But
You
It
can
is
always
up
get
to you.
it.
If you just want to have it, yeah,
Yeah.
you can always get it in case we need it for, like, in case it
Oh,
seems like the opportunity makes sense. Oh,
Dwyer?
Uh-oh.
Did Dwyer die?
I assume it's the
Dwyer!
power button again.
Dwyer is not in the call
Dwyer,
anymore.
the button!
Fire the button!
The button!
no!
Give Co a second.
Well, anyway, the reason I didn't pay any attention a couple minutes ago is because I was trying to figure out something about how Twitch streams and chat work.
Oh, what are you doing
Sam,
in my chat, you sick
I was
fuck?
doing weird science on your chat to try and figure out shit.
What?
Interesting.
Why are you doing witchcraft in my chat?
Oh, you know.
I don't see any witchcraft.
Sometimes you're trying to change tabs and you accidentally hit a button, and then you figure out, and then you see something and you're like, that doesn't make sense, and then you spend like 30 minutes like going through like forums of people talking about how Twitch works. Like,
Okay.
what the fuck is this?
Oh, wow. Oh. Wow. Dwyer got exploded for real.
Yeah, cause hasn't responded.
Oh,
Oh,
Back online.
could
Oh. Fire.
Give code a second.
do.
I assume computer is starting.
But
anyways, Chimpy, you want to take assassin while we wait?
Do I?
Do you? It's 1,000 gold. Can you afford it? Can you even afford that right now? Broke bitch?
Yes.
No, I'm kidding.
I could. It's just, where do we get Son of Earth from? Is that from defeating
That's
God?
from
Yeah,
God.
that was from God.
That was from Ethnia.
Yeah. So my two are the one that let me control
Dwyer's
the
back!
Zerk thing.
Yeah,
Hi,
hi.
Dwyer.
Hi, Dwyer.
I did it again.
We know.
Yeah.
We're all immediately like, Dwyer the button.
It's not the button, it's that
The cord.
my room is perhaps as small as they can legally make a bedroom in the state of New York.
Oh my god.
And so all of my wires end up very under chair wheel. And so I like roll back slightly and it unplugs. And
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
oh, okay. But only sometimes.
That's
Other
okay.
times-
You're back. You're back. Alright, so Archibald, are you taking assassin?
Oh, because see, that's the problem is that my two classes
You can
are
always
the
take
one
it
from.
sorry, I just threw my worm cube at something.
It's more like,
take it and
do
never
you want to
use it.
have it as a backup?
Yeah.
Do you want to have it as a backup? If you don't, then don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, you
Can you
we
stock?
have
Wait,
too
can
much
you
money.
stock? Can you keep more than one stocked?
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That's the whole point, is it's a stock.
What do you
Really?
think that whole area of the sheet is for? Bestie? What do you think alter class stock means?
There's a single slot.
Yeah, you just
There.
list them. Just list
That's
them.
what a comma
Yeah, you
is
just
for.
list
Oh, just list them? Okay.
I think Edward has
Yeah.
like 40. He's gotta catch them
He's got-
all.
He has
No,
like 5.
Godfrey, look at
Yeah,
Godfrey.
Godfrey has a lot. Edwin
two.
has 5, or sorry, he has 6 because
Oh,
he
yeah,
got
Hex.
he got 2 of them on purpose.
Well,
2 of them just came to him, and then 2 of them he's learned from people or book.
fun facts that completely alter the way I've been thinking about every class decision that we've had in the past several months.
No.
Because I think when it was first explained to me, it was like, so this is where you put like the class that you have, and like if you get another one, you can put it here. And I was like, if you get another one, you can put it here. And I was like,
No, you can have more.
you can have one. Shit.
That's okay. Now you know. Now
That's
you
a
know.
lot of stuff I looked at and was like, oh, that would be nice and would make sense, but I can't have more.
I can't have nice things.
You didn't
I've
look at
been-
the
I've
NPCs
been-
you were
I've
using
been-
and notice the list?
That's the thing. I rarely use the NPCs.
Oh, I see.
Like, I use them
Oh, no.
occasionally, so I'm never focused on that.
This
I'm
is
always
so
focused
sad.
on just, like, playing the game. This is
so sad.
very funny and tragic, also.
That's okay.
Mhm.
I promise there'll be more opportunities for more
Yeah, we can
classes.
always go back.
Yep.
I already have to go.
I was too busy writing my second dissertation on the shields and stuff to notice how the fucking classes work.
Classic. Get it?
Yeah, 1,000 gold, you said? Yeah. Yeah, that's done then. Fuck.
Okay. Alright.
me.
Anything else anyone would like from this church?
Can I get a goddamn DeLorean or something? Fuck me, dude.
No, sadly.
Oh, to get
Why do I
Gare the
still have Photic Tome?
I think we
Just
gave that
wished it.
back to the
We gave that
guy.
back.
Yeah, no, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
did
I
give
think
that
we
back,
were
so
in
take it
we
out.
were in like a situation of some kind where people were
Mm.
like, "Oh, we have to go take it back," and I was like, "Okay, so I'll mark this as we're giving this back." And then I don't think we ever actually played out the we gave it back, so it just stayed there.
No, we did.
We did.
It
Did we?
was quick,
Yep.
but we did.
Oh,
Chubby was
okay.
too busy
Yeah.
thinking about shields again.
Yeah,
To be fair,
probably.
there's a lot going on with
Yeah, there's a
shields.
lot going on over there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Also, I think we need Blessed Oak to get the weapon, and we
Yes.
are
Oh, yeah.
currently low. So
We are
maybe when we
so
go
very low.
shopping after all of this.
You need
Yeah.
20 or 10. Sorry, 10.
Hmm
Yeah, we need 10 for. Yeah, we don't have enough right now. Okay,
Can
never
I-
mind.
Can I make
Void.
like a? Because the guy was like, "Oh, bring back the severed heads of these people."
Yeah.
Can I make like a tactics? I don't know, because it's like that's not something we can do when a bunch of people are watching. You know.
Yeah, that's
So
like
that's
not
so like
feasible.
that's the as far as I'm understanding this setup. Are we
Mhm.
supposed to be getting the severed heads now?
Yeah, you can make a tactics check.
Okay. How bad of an idea is 16?
Well, it's entirely possible someone could spot you, but in the heat of battle, perhaps with a sleight of hand check, you could steal ahead.
I see. Okay.
Presumably,
Gotcha.
there is sand at the bottom of this arena, and it will be being
it's
kicked
in
up,
the
and
river.
lots of things
There
get
is
lost in the
sand.
sand, as we know, including heads.
There's-
Yeah, like heads. Yeah.
There is sand, you say, in
There's
this
sand.
arena.
There is sand.
Oh, there is sand.
There's sand.
Oh my god, there's sand.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Who can say what's
I'm
in
gonna
the
have a
sand?
good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say what's in the sand. They got lost.
Mhm.
Stole them.
Stole them.
But also, hey, Chappie, Archibald's gonna be stealing some heads.
Oh.
Well, can anyone do it, or can you? Is it steal only? Would steal just
You
mean
can
don't
make
have
a
to roll
sleight of
for it?
hand. No, you can make a sleight of hand. You're not okay. It's not in your inventory. Your head is attached to your
Okay.
body, not your inventory.
Okay, fair enough.
So it would be a sleight of hand check to
Yeah.
carefully remove it without anyone seeing.
What does the head have to do with the theft? What's going on?
This guy wants us to steal people's heads.
As a show that we did our job, basically. That is the
He
thing.
will reward you with a item worth at least 1,000 gold or weapon, etc., etc. For each head you return. And no, I'm not telling you what items that is. Sorry. Lamau.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine, but we'll see. We'll see if we can get it. But here's the thing: in the heat of battle, if we fail this sleight of hand, are people gonna? We just fail getting the head and need to
No,
make it again.
people will notice you trying to take the head. You might get yelled at by people.
Yeah, are the heads already detached?
Presumably, no.
Great. So this is like wildly impractical. This is what we're learning. You know how hard it is to go. You know,
it is an extra task. It's not the
okay,
thing that we have.
like,
It's
on
bonus.
one
It's
hand-
it's a side quest. You
On
don't
one
have
hand,
to.
the human head, fairly severable if history is any demonstration. On the other hand, like if you think about it, you know how they sever people's heads with regularity? Like you know
The
how
guillotine.
big, like yeah, you know how big those things were. Like it's like
Listen,
you don't take a pair of kindergarten scissors to a fucking spine.
Yeah, but here's the
Oh
thing:
boy.
I think there are at least 4 people in this party who, technically, if they really, really tried, could do it.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
Val
just
rips your
envisioning
head
this
off.
guy's like, I need
Yeah.
Not
you to
stealthily.
this like very normal man who's like, could you you need to be as covert as possible about this. You're not even allowed to
Are
leave
you guys
this
like
fucking
having
room.
this discussion in game?
No.
No,
No,
this
okay.
is me.
No. No, we're out of. Sorry.
He's like, you're not allowed to like leave the room for security reasons. Like everything has to be completely discreet. Also, lop off their heads.
Yeah, I think.
Like the funniest fucking like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah. And Edwin is making that. Is anybody watching Octavia in the kitchen, like as she's working and making
Mike
the
is
bread?
probably in the doorway, kind of watching all of you from where he's
Yeah.
standing, just making sure, you know.
Yeah, I think Octavia's like. I'm guessing Klaus gave the order about the heads.
No, that is a personal request, just for extra security. An exorcism should be enough, but I prefer proof.
You can still use a body without a head. We saw them as we were crossing the desert.
Oh, no, I don't plan on using the head for anything. You can check to see if a corpse has been exorcised. I would like to personally assess the work you've done.
Ah. Octavia nods and is kind of, you know what? She's gonna make a perception check on that. Is literally like, Micah, why?
That would be an insight check.
Insight check. Okay, insight check. 12.
He doesn't know you. Of course he wants to double check your work.
Okay. It's just kind of like
he got a DM from his boss saying, "Hey, you know how we've got this operation going on and you've been presumably living amongst the enemy for like years on this long con. I'm going to send a bunch of random fucks to your location and they'll handle it." And he's sitting there with his head in his hands like, "What do you mean?" So he wants to make sure you do it right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
He's been in character, who knows what character, for years. He's not gonna let you mess it up.
Yeah. Okay, that is fair. Octavia's also just thinking like, bro, you already did it on hard mode. We're gonna be in an arena.
Well,
I'm
the
gonna have to
corpses weren't
break
anywhere
these
else.
guys.
But anyways, does anyone want to do anything else in this church?
I can't think of anything. We can always come back.
Yeah, we
From
can
what
Like
I
I said, you're
understand.
gonna have
Since
time
we
to
have-
explore
Yeah.
afterwards.
Assuming we
And
don't get
also-
arrested for trying to steal something.
Yeah,
God, I
if
hope
if
not.
you really mess up, there could be issues, but I'm planning for you guys to come back, so
Yeah.
That is the hope.
that is the hope. All right. So, are you ready to be delivered directions at least to your next location?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Micah tells you exactly where to go to get into the arena, and he advises strongly. There are 4 entrances. There is the public entrance, which is where all the guests will be. Don't go anywhere near it. You don't want anyone to see you entering through the guest entrance. You don't want to get stuck amongst the guests. You don't want to end up in the wrong place and not be able to make it down there in time. Don't mess with the guest entrance unless you literally, at the end of your rope, can't find anything else to do. Everything else fails. Mm-hmm. There is a loading sort of entrance where supplies, food, etc. comes in. He assumes it's probably guarded, but it might be a good way to get in because you can usually get to most other places in the arena from that entrance. Because, you know, they got to deliver supplies, food, etc. It's a central building. And then there is a building each for the 2 sets of combatants. One of them, presumably the heavily guarded one, will be where Cersei is. He advises you to avoid that one unless you're really good at smooth talking or you have some sort of plan. Think before you act in regards to that one. The other one is where the other team will be. To his knowledge, they've been paid in advance to throw this battle. They're probably not having a heavily guarded door. They're not nobility. They're just people who've been paid a lot of money to make Cersei look really good. So he tells you this advice, and then he says you'd best get on your way because things are going to start soon and you don't want to be late.
Understandable. I think Octavia, though, asked one question. Has Cersei laid eyes on the people that were paid to throw the fight?
To his knowledge, no. She has a person who hires these people.
Good to know. She's gonna get upset. It's gonna be at that person and not us.
All right. So are you setting out?
Yep. Just as a check for everyone, sorry, because Gare has an open. You know what? Gare can have an
Mhm.
open slot. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give him stuff, probably getting sand, so he can go
Yeah.
with an open slot.
Okay. All right. So you guys make your way over to the arena, and as warned, yes, the spectator entrance is quite packed. You doubt you'd even be able to get in without some serious shoving. So perhaps it's best to go around the back. And as you go around the back, you find, yes, there are 3 separate little areas, and the arena itself is kind of like there's like the ground level, which is obviously the foundation, built stonework, and then above that, you can see it's almost like bleachers, but stone, more finely crafted, and the whole thing is encased by a almost stained glass bubble. This absolutely massive glass and metal, sort of organically shaped building that presumably is making some crazy patterns inside on the ground. Because it is the middle of the day, it's like noon, the sun is right overhead, and this is the focal point of the town. This is the town center. It's expensive. But as you circle around the back, you can see there are indeed 3 entrances. The first one is heavily guarded by knights wearing white. The second one appears to have a guy eating something out front of it, but it is closed. There's no open doors. And then the third one is completely unguarded.
So probably that one.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we gonna tell them?
Octavia,
Do we tell them like we're like the backup for them in case something happens and we're just here to wish them luck? And some bread?
Don't you know what an understudy's for? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean. I'm not saying that to
Yeah.
you. I'm saying we say that to them.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's like, listen, this is a big job, just in case. Or we could play it as like, hey, that's the thing. It would be like Octavia goes in first and be like, okay, they're done.
We're the
Basically, to just be
reservists.
like, basically to just go in alone to be like, hey, so here's a treat from the side as thanks. And yeah, so we can do it like that, or we can go in as like we're understudies. Oh, by the way, here you go. So
Okay.
whichever one you guys want to do, Octavia's probably gonna need to make the charisma checks to get them to eat the bread.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would find us being understudies and giving them bread more suspicious from their point of view.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, these sons of bitches are trying to steal our glorious duty of
Oh, yeah.
losing horrifically to Lady Cersei.
Yeah. So, okay, so Octavia needs to play up the hi, I just work here.
Okay, so you'll probably go in without us and we can just hang out.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, that's basically it. And then I come back be like, hey, come on.
Yeah.
So I think Octavia takes off the chariot's hairgot and like just stuffs it in her bag.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The door is unlocked, and unguarded, as I said before. Are you entering?
Yep, with my bread.
You enter to find a pretty nice large room, a little bit similar to the one in Luan, but much more spacious, much better cleaned. This isn't some slapdash reopening operation. This is a establishment that has clearly got a significant amount of money. And you can see there's all sorts of like furniture. There's a table on the side with like food and stuff for the combatants. And there's about 8 people milling around, kind of eating and just chatting, cleaning their weapons.
Oh, they're eating? Perfect.
Octavia.
A couple of them look over at you as you enter.
She has the bread in her hands, covered with like a nice cloth. Things like, oh, extras as a good luck charm.
One of them motions to the table and says, "Oh, you could put it right there."
Okay. Do you need me to serve it to you?
They seem kind of taken aback at that. That's wow, fancy service here. And they say, "Oh, yeah, you could slice it up, I suppose,
Oh, okay then.
if you're offering."
I'll do that. Yeah, of course. I'll do it right away. Should I roll a charisma check to be like, I am so normal?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, wait, that's cocked. Okay. Let's see. It is 39.
Yeah, you're the normalest ever. You're but a simple employee, happy to do her job. They
Okay,
gladly accept your food offerings.
Okay. She serves it, makes sure that every single one of them gets a piece, nice
They
healthy
do.
piece on their plate.
Okay. It doesn't take long before one of them says, "I think I'm gonna sit down for a couple minutes and relax before the fight." And soon enough, all of them begin drifting to pieces of furniture to sit down for just a moment. Just rest up a second. And within 20 minutes, they're gone.
Well, okay. After, I think Octavia plays it as like, oh, if you need anything, I'll just wait over here, like in the corner, and watches them all. And then as soon as she checks that all of them are asleep, she quickly goes out and ushers everyone in.
Okay. You guys enter to find a group of mercenaries, or you presume mercenaries, somebody, sleeping on the couches and chairs very peacefully. Presumably, in another plane of existence, they are wearing bunny ears and fighting something to the death.
Yeah.
Or to the pain, I guess.
To the pain. They won't get lasting consequences from that. It's fine.
No, they're probably on a whimsical. They're on a whimsical adventure, meeting another group of misplaced mercenaries from another universe. Into the Sputterverse.
Yeah.
They're having their own main character moment off screen.
Yeah.
Okay. But you notice that they're all still wearing their civilian clothes, which means their uniforms are somewhere in this room.
Oh my god, it's so easy.
Okay, let's look at also before. I think Octavia asked like someone to go look for the uniforms. She looks around to see if there's any like listed instructions, especially be like, what are the expectations? Can we use all weapons? Can we? Because it's like no hand holding.
You want to make a perception check?
Yeah, can Godfrey
Yeah.
also make a perception check? Because he's
Sure,
wearing
go
his
ahead.
coat?
He's good at it.
Yeah, hold on, I gotta open his sheet back up.
Ooh, non-natural 20.
Okay, you both zero in on a metal sign nailed to the door that presumably leads out to the arena with the rules. The rules officially state that you're not allowed to kill anyone. You can use any kind of weapon, any kinds of items, provided they are not lethal. And it reminds you about what happens to people that kill other people in arenas. And then there's a whole bunch of legal terms about what qualifies as an accident.
Okay. Okay, that's there.
So everything goes except for murder.
Except for murder. Okay. And listen, the undead will just fall. Cersei assumes she can just call them back up. So it's fine. But it doesn't have any clauses of like, oh, you can still maim people.
I mean, it definitely says you can still maim people. That's what an arena is.
Yeah, that's what an
Just
arena
no
is,
permanently affecting people. You can still hack at them with swords and whatnot.
Yeah. Oh, no permanent effects
Yeah,
still in the arena?
if you do a permanent effect to someone, you're doing lethal damage to them.
Okay,
So
yeah, that's the
don't
thing.
do lethal
Yeah,
damage
still.
to any living people. Killing
Yep,
zombies is fine.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's thumbs up. Good to know the qualification. So if anyone goes like, "Hey," it's like, that was in the contract."
Presumably, Cersei, as someone who visits this arena fairly often, according to local population, would know these rules like the back of her hand. So if she raises a complaint, well, something's fishy.
So don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
You also have been paid to throw this match, though, so shrug.
Okay, that is the thing. It's like, do we want to play it as we are throwing the match, but get the heads? It's like, as long as
Yeah, how the
Cersei
hell does that
thinks
work?
Chappie just
Yeah,
got
that's the
so
hard.
close. Back up, bitch.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Oh, shit,
Chappie.
sorry.
You're fine.
I was leaning. I was like craning over to reach for something as I was, and I looked down, and my mic is like right below where I was.
Chappie,
There.
you can learn Curse Master from a Curse Master, i.e., you can just learn it from Edwin.
I don't know what
Yeah.
Curse Master is. I'm kidding.
No, yeah.
I don't really care about that. I was like,
Yeah.
I was sitting here, I just had the realization live, like,
It's okay.
we were like all offered to learn Exorcist. I was like, that would be flavorful and neat, but no. And then immediately after that was the thing where I found out you could have more than. I was like, oh, I could have just done that.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
It happened twice in one night almost.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
okay. You still can. You can anything you can learn from a person who does it. You can.
You can also learn Necromancer from Necromancers, so keep that in mind.
Grabbing
Well,
Cersei.
Yeah.
Hey, Cersei,
Let's
can you
see-
teach us something real quick as the knife digs into her throat?
Yeah, here's the thing. I think Octavia, as she reads the instructions, it's kind of like, so here's the thing, everybody. Also, first, did we find the uniforms?
Yes, you find a nice, neat pile of uniforms. They are blue and white, kind of like where they chop it into like 4 pieces, and it's like a opposite checkers. They're like simple tabards, but they are like one size fits all, so you can make them work.
Cool. Octavia puts the chariot's hair back on, but then kind of styles the tabard around it, kind of concealing the wheels. So it's like it's like part of the cloak. It works.
Yeah.
If you're only looking at it, do you realize, oh, that's another garment?
Yes, everyone should be wearing additional garments under this. It's a tabard, not a like actual piece of clothing. Don't get naked.
Yeah. No, don't get naked.
Yeah. Edwin can leave his white cape off so you can see just the tabard.
Nice. So question for everyone. This is Rand speaking. Should I have Octavia go as prima donna so that way she can dance 2 people each turn? Or should I have, as long as there's no one, well, technically she can dance 2 people each turn. It's just she won't get advantage if there's another dancer on the battlefield, which I'll ask Sam when we get there. If there's gonna be a zombie out there that knows how to dance.
Break down those bones.
Yeah. Or should I have her do Son of Earth so that way she is more durable? Like she won't get hit twice.
I really think it's up to you what you're willing to risk.
Yeah.
Because we don't really know much about the zombies.
Her speed is currently 23.
It's not bad.
So, yeah, it's not bad. So, It's just more like with prima donna. It's like I can do that as a bonus action. If I'm
Mhm.
Son of Earth, I can only do dancing as an action.
Mhm.
So,
Up to you.
yeah.
What are the
You know
I
what?
feel like it's more. What are the chances of Son of Earth being relevant?
Up to
It's
you.
more in the sense of like her not getting immediately one shot. However, she does have really good defense this turn.
Yeah, and
She has Sage's Shield equipped,
yeah,
and she has Yeah, so and she has Lorelai's Poised equipped.
yeah, and while I'm not putting it past Sam to put siege range skeletons on the map,
Chucking bones at
I
you.
I think that it will probably be a little easier to keep you defended than the last map. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Understand.
Yeah. I had to think about that for
Okay.
slightly longer than I should have.
It's getting late.
Yeah.
It is getting late. Hopefully we'll get to start of combat. So
You'll
I
get like
will
the
put her as
first
prima
turn
donna.
in, maybe. And then we'll cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna highlight I'll highlight prima donna to let you know, Sam, that she is using prima donna for this
You got it, boss.
combat.
Put it
Alright.
in your altar class.
Mm-hmm.
I need to move this rubber mask further away from me.
Worried I'm gonna fuck something
Excuse
up
me.
if I move it between altar class. I have
Oh, do you
bolded
want
it.
me to
That
do
it
it?
is being chosen. Yes.
As long as
please.
I can tell what it is, do it however you think. Alright. Okay, so you guys get all dressed. You get all dressed up.
Okay, I
You
see. You got. Okay.
those among you who are lizardish, hide your lizardy parts.
Yeah. Sorry.
Being a lizard is not illegal in the arena, but it will catch people's attention. Probably.
Mhm.
So lizard
You
wisely.
probably don't want to turn into dragons this fight.
Lizard wisely. And before long, you hear a knock at your door saying, "Time to come on out." Do you answer the call?
Octavia answers. We'll be out shortly.
Okay. Anything you'd like to do before it's time to go?
Octavia looks over at the 8 people, kind of being like, "You guys are conked out. You're not gonna wake up while we're fighting, right?"
They seem
How
to be
much
quite
did they-
asleep.
How much of that shit did they have?
Enough.
They're gonna
Like I'm
be
wondering,
asleep for a couple days.
can you get like can you like take too much, or did they take slightly too much for their first dose? Are they gonna be like are they gonna be tripping balls for the
Here is the thing.
Godfrey
It's
is gonna
fine.
cut in briefly and say Millicent ate an entire loaf of that out of the trash one time, and she was only asleep for 3 days straight. They'll be fine.
what?
Only 3 days straight. Octavia
She was
goes,
fine.
I did split it 8 ways, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Archibald is fine. It's fine.
I want you to picture in your head the JRPG adventure Millicent went on over those 3 days. Oh my god! She was fighting Sephiroth in there.
Samantha.
Yeah.
Samantha.
No, she was
Check-
ready.
check the
Sam,
chat.
you're
Thank
tempting
you.
me so bad to run a campaign for you using a very specific
Why you just tag?
like game system that I know of just her JRPG.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll like do the intro to combat and then we'll cut
Okay.
it.
Okay, thank you.
No worries, no worries.
Sounds good.
Alright, so you guys are brought out into the arena. Boop. Boop, I think. There we go. Yes, boop.
Oh.
You can see that this is quite the stadium. There's a couple tens of thousands. Can you fucking work with me here? There's a couple tens of thousands of people in the stands. This is no small town gig, you can tell. And on this field, you can see that the opposite team has already gotten their applause and their announcement. There's flowers scattered onto the sand
Yeah,
Clearly,
like
people are throwing gifts from the sky. At the opposite end of the arena, you see a woman on a white horse holding his staff. You recognize her. Those of you who are awake recognize her as Circe from the desert. And she's kind of like looking at you. Not really. She's mostly just looking around at the corpses she has pre-assembled onto the battlefield. And you notice there's something obstructing your view between you and Circe, and that is the corpse of some sort of draconic entity
yeah.
that is ankle deep in the sand, just standing there ominously still, waiting for you to approach.
The fact that is there, not surprised. I hope I don't know who that is.
The Snottleack. And next time when we rejoin, you will be fighting Circe.
Oh,
Hi, girl. Oh,
Very cool.
God. She's so cool.
And
She's
that,
so cool. We're going to die.
yeah,
Hi.
you're gonna die. This is
No,
Valhalla. You're
Oh,
gonna
dude,
die.
The bones
Yeah.
in the like.
Hey, girl, why are you so skeleton? Anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is gonna be where we cut it for today. You're gonna immediately
Mhm.
start next week, in combat.
All right.
Does anybody have any questions before we go night night?
Not to say on
Yeah.
stream, no.
No?
But thank you so much, Sam,
Yeah.
for running the session
Of
today.
course.
Mhm.
I'm excited
Yeah.
to see what you guys come up with next week, because I have a little adventure for you to go on combat wise. The goal for this map, defeat the boss, who is Circe.
Yeah.
So you've gotta
Okay.
put her down.
You gotta defeat her.
We can't.
Don't kill
we
her,
can't,
maybe.
We can't throw the
Yeah.
match.
No, you can't throw the match, because that will not accomplish the goal.
Mhm.
But yes, you must defeat Circe. You don't have to defeat anyone else if you don't want to. You just run around them.
We need
But
the
yeah.
head.
Well, those are optional. You can get the heads if you'd like.
Okay, but we gotta defeat her.
Yes,
Mhm.
that is the goal. All right. Well,
Okay.
thank you so much for coming to tonight's session.
Mhm.
What's next week?
It should be the 8th.
All right, I will be here. Yeah, that's the day after Miku. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
be
it
here.
is.
I may be tired, but I'll be here. So, yeah, I will see you all next week. Thank you guys so
All
much.
right.
What do you
for
call
coming.
falling in love at a Miku concert?
What?
Rolling her down.
Hatsune meet cute. Anyway, I'm done.
Good night, everyone.
I was about to make like a very